Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your dungeon master for tonight. We've got another journey through the Radiant Citadel for you on the docket, and we have a incredible cast. I want to say incredible. I want to say like super magnificent, but we also have Andrew here, so I can't really say that. But we do have three talented individuals and Andrew here today. So let's just say hello, everyone. We've got Dasha. That's you, Dasha.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
There we go. We've got Michelle.
Hi, guys.
As I said, we have Andrew.
Hello.
And we have Opal from Flutes Loot.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to the channel. First time on the channel and happy to have you here. Way happier to have you than Jordan. So thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully he doesn't hear this, but we'll see.
Ooh, I have his laptop, so he's not watching yet.
Yes. So far, so good. Well, everyone, we're actually playing the first adventure in Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. I'm not going to tell you what the name of it right now, but if you're watching on YouTube at this time or at a later time, you probably see the title. On Twitch as well, as we're streaming on both. If this is your first time here on Tabletop Bob, this is my YouTube channel and Twitch channel where I live stream my D&D 5e games. So welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video and hit the bell for notifications when I go live with the new video. I stream pretty regularly here. We usually have 2 or 3 streams a week. We've got some of the things on the channel that you've seen Dasha in, who's over here, seen Andrew in, who's over there, and Michelle in, who's that way. So check all of it out. We're going to go into the game soon, but since we have a new player and you can all thank CJ for this, we started doing these icebreaker questions to get to know each other a little better because, sometimes it's all business, right? We get in, we start going over characters, but I want to hear more about you all, you interesting people, because you're characters yourselves. So we're going to ask a question here, and when you go, you can also tell us who you're playing tonight. So the question I'm asking you, and I got to explain it just a bit. Children, they change a lot in your life, right? That's really, when you have children, it's like you feel like you got everything under control one minute and the next minute you don't. Well, my children, we bought Halloween costumes about a month ago. We were ahead of the game. My son was going to be the Miles Morales Spider-Man because he loves the Spider-Man and his amazing friends. He wanted to be Spin. Great. Done. Found it online. Got it. My daughter wants to be Sky from Paw Patrol. Done. No problem. Got it. Now, they don't want to be those for Halloween anymore. No, you know what they want to be? They want to be Kiss. Yeah, the band. Kiss. My son just heard a song on the radio the other day, like 2 weeks ago, and it's been Kiss Central in our house. We've just been listening to and watching music videos. My daughter sticks out the tongue like Gene Simmons. So, yeah, it's wild. So, they want to be Kiss. We found that they have children's costumes, and now we are going to be a Kiss family. So, that's happening. So, my question to you all is, what's the craziest or wildest or even just best Halloween costume that you've ever had? And we're going to start with Andrew, and we'll kick it around. Andrew, you said you had something you wanted to share, so go ahead.
Okay, so I've had a few Halloween costumes, but this year is going to be my best ever. I spent a lot of time on Amazon acquiring all the necessary components, maybe ordering a couple of things, seeing which best, the one that isn't best goes back. But I'm going to be the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. I have all the gear, like the pants, the shirt, the belt, the hat thing, the mask. But I brought a cool costume sword on Amazon to be.
Wait, what was the
sword,
quotation mark for?
But the word costume.
Oh, costume. Okay.
I got the sword, and it's like a legit sword with a sharp blade. So now I'm like, it's so good, I don't want to send it back, but I'm a bit worried, like walking around the street trick or treating with like a proper sword in a holster. So I'm just gonna like zip tie it so I can't get it out, and then tell the kids it's made of plastic and it doesn't come out.
What a costume. That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And my wife's got a cool costume as well, and my 2 kids. So
Oh man, I want to see pictures of this sword. I want to see this sword actually. You got to bring it to the gaming club.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
bring it to
figured
the gaming club.
I never, yeah, yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I don't know if I have like a super crazy one, but I think two most memorable costumes are first one is when I dressed up as Peter Pan for 3 years in a row when I was like age 6 to 9, I would say. I was
Three?
obsessed with Peter Pan. Loved that the book, the Disney cartoons, just like wanted to be that like lost boy vibes. So I was Peter Pan. And then my coolest one that I think I'm most proud of is when I was in high school, I think my senior year, I made a Marjorie Tyrell costume from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
So I was Marjorie, one of her dresses, and I did my hair and everything. So that's probably the most memorable one I've had.
that's an awesome one. You shouldn't have been watching Game of Thrones when you were that young.
It's,
How old
I
were
guess
you?
it is. I guess now thinking back, I'm like, yeah, I guess it
Guess
was
it's
pretty young.
fine.
Yeah, I
Kids
was
these
18. I
days.
was 18.
Okay, fine. It's all good. Kids these days, Michelle, what
True.
about you?
I'm gonna be like the lame person here because I actually haven't really done much Halloween dress up in general in my life.
Does not have to be for
Um,
Halloween.
oh.
Costumes that you've worn. Now I have footage, Michelle, of you
Oh.
on this channel in costume.
Oh, okay, yes,
So I
I've
I know
worn
you've worn a costume before.
yeah. All right, I guess I've worn a bear costume. But let's see. I guess a costume that I'm proud of, I guess. I've kind of like acquired the bits that make up the outfit of the character. Oh, the character Steven Universe.
Nice.
Um, yes, and Steven Universe is like the whole basis of the character Bear, who I play in Supernatural 20. So, nice little connection there. And that's one costume that I am proud of.
Very nice. Excellent. And Opal, round out the group.
I'm really looking forward to my costume this year. I've spent a lot of time acquiring fabric for it, so it's homemade. I got some like fuzzy blue fabric, and I guess I should tell you what it is
I was
first.
gonna say, is this a secret? Should we? This is a reveal.
Well, there's a big reveal. No, it's not a big reveal. So I'm going as a moth, and I've got
What?
like huge wings coming out my arms, so they'll be connected to my hands. So every time I move my arms around, it's like my moth wings are flying about. But I've got like this blue fuzzy fabric, and I created like this moth body to go over my shoulders and down my back, and then the wings are coming out of that, and I'm super excited for it.
That's awesome. I want to
Sounds
see pics of this. I want
amazing.
to see pics of all these. Well,
I want to see
Dasha.
pictures of you as Gene Simmons.
Unfortunately, I think I'm getting relegated to be Ace Freely, so I think that's just the way it's gonna go. But yeah, I'll take pics. We'll share. We'll share.
Do you
And
know Ace Frehley who lives in Westchester, right by you?
does he really? By
Yeah,
me?
because I was using the same storage facility as him years ago, and they were bringing all this Gene Ace Frehley stuff out.
No
Anyway, fun
way.
fact. hmm
Oh my gosh. Maybe he'll sign an autograph for my son.
Maybe you'll see him.
Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I have, and I didn't even recognize him without the makeup. So we'll see. All right, awesome. And you know what I just realized? None of us talked about our characters. So we're going to do that now. Let's start with Dasha. Dasha, tell us who you're playing tonight.
Okay, I am playing a dwarven fighter, playing both of those for the first time. Never played a dwarf, never played a fighter character before, so I'm nervous but excited. And her name is Josie Ironfist, and she is a smith in her day-to-day life, and I guess she's taking a little vacation here to hang out with some friends on this adventure.
Nice. Josie it is, huh?
Josie, yes,
Okay, I'll make sure I write that down and forget it 5 times. So thank you.
of course.
Andrew?
Okay, so I'm playing Davin Lagrange. I heard we were playing a merry adventure, so I'm a tiefling who was an apprentice to be a calligrapher or a scrivener, and he kind of got fed up with everyone treating him like a tiefling in his human settlement, and he found some scrolls with a demon called Alashra, and he ended up entering a pact with the demon for power. So he's likes to think of himself, and he's a warlock.
Nice. Excellent. Nice little demonic, lighthearted character. It's going to be great. Going to be great. Michelle?
Yes, so I am playing a lizard folk rogue. Her first name is Mara, and her last name is Thon, spelled Thon. Um, in her day-to-day life, she makes a living by being a private investigator. And so her clients call her P.I. Thon. She hails from the city of Waterdeep, although she actually grew up in an abandoned sewer system below the city. And she ended up being a little bit too intelligent for the rest of her lizard folk clan, and they were bothered by that. They thought that was a little bit weird. So they ostracized her, and she left, and she pursued her dreams of becoming an investigator and looking for her older brother who disappeared when she was but a wee lass.
Nice little
So-
intrigue. I love it.
Yes, so P.I. Thon. That is who
P.I.
I
Thon,
am playing
yeah.
tonight.
P.I.Thon. Marathon. Does she run in her spare time?
She slithers, but
Okay.
very quickly. Very
20,
quickly.
26 miles slither? Got it.
Just about, yeah, plus or minus.
And Opal, who we playing?
I am playing Etta Fairweather, a 325-year-old forest gnome sorceress. Hardened by her arduous life ferrying people across the forest rivers, Etta only recently came into her sorcerer power by coincidence, possibly from a ring given to her by a spinster aunt when she was a girl. But suddenly the weave blessed her with powers, and she is off to seek her fortune.
Awesome, awesome. So we've got a wonderful collection of characters here. We've got a nice mix of classes as well. We got some arcane, we've got some brawn, and we've got the stealth and the skills. I'm excited to play. You all set? All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Today's adventure from the journey through the Radiant Citadel takes us through the Citadel into another plane of existence called Sabsung Ko. Sabsung Ko is it's a place that is known for its nightlife, and specifically the Din Sing Market. The Din Sing Market is renowned throughout multiple planes of existence for being a place where you can get otherworldly goods, food of various fare, and a good time, really. It's just a legendary marketplace, a place that you are here for. Really, you're here for pleasure. You're not here for any mission. You're some downtime. And maybe just, like I said, have some good food, some good drinks, and hang with your friends. I'm sure nothing will go wrong here. Now, as the sun dips down below the horizon in the Din Sing Market, you can see the market twinkle to life, gradually igniting in a dazzling display. The smells of food carts filled with pot stickers, coconut desserts, spiced meats, sticky buns, and more drift amid the bouquets of glowing flowers and magical lights in the shapes of vendors, wares, and whimsical mascots. Crowds of shoppers, like yourself, wander the stalls drawn by the colors, the smells, and the music. So, you're here. There are tons of people in this marketplace, even though the market really just started. Really, the nightlife scene is big here, and the sun just really fell, so this is when it's, usually at its lightest, and yet it's still people all around. In fact, there is a piece of artwork that I could show you. Yeah, I could show you. Let me see. Maybe I could show you. That's the one thing that I say, Opal, on this channel is maybe. Because Roll20 seems to always confuse me when it comes to artwork. But you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on the artwork here. As you travel through the market, you do see a varying array of different shops and stalls. Just to name a few, in no particular order, you see a silk shop called Madame Culp's. You see a pepper store. The pepper store is called the Spicy Bros. You see a food cart. Looks like it specializes in bite-sized, skewered food dishes called the Trusty Leek. You pass a food vendor that offers noodle bowls called Tienmo noodles. You also see Vada's Otherworldly Pastries, a shop that clearly sells pastries. Look like they are all fresh. You see another shop called Va's Lucky Amulets, and a big seafood vendor called Zungoon Family Seafood. As a group, you travel through the marketplace. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm hungry, so I think we should maybe hit the food carts. Something with some nice meat, some protein.
Some trusty leek food.
Yes.
Definitely meat for me. Let's go check
No
out.
fish. None of that. Fish makes me. Oh, fish is weird. Let's get
Fish
some
is a
meat.
waste of time.
So you don't like fish? What about other seafood, out of curiosity? Shellfish? What do you think, Dasha? Is that...
I think Josie's a meat and potatoes kind of gal, and
Okay.
probably won't. I mean, she'll eat it, but she won't be super hyped by it. But
Gotcha.
yeah, she's looking for maybe a noodle bowl with some nice like pieces of chicken or steak in it or something. If that's
Yeah.
a possibility.
Yeah, so we're looking at food. Opal, what do you think? What's Etta want to do? What does she like to eat?
The pastries sound enticing.
Ooh, okay. Well, luckily, none of the places are all that far away, so you could travel to them. There's a map that I'm gonna show you here now. I will show you the map. My Roll20 is being a little slow. Does anybody else feel like they're slow? No? Okay, just me. Let's move to the marketplace. And I'm going to switch over for our viewers so they can see our Roll20 screen. All right.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, it is big, but it takes a few minutes to go, really, from any one place to another. So I'm just going to put a couple of the places you kind of said were of interest to you, and I'll put them on the map. Let's see here. Vada's, that's the pastry shop. I'll put that in play. It looks like, yep, Vada's is right here. And map layer. You all see that now? There we go. Let's see. You passed the seafood place, and oh, you didn't like the seafood. Here's the seafood place. And you said noodles might be of interest, and the street cart might be of interest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So I'll put that in the map. And the street cart. Actually, you know what's funny? The street cart is actually, it's moving right now. So some people are following the street cart, and it's headed towards the center. These very large tents that are set up. It seems to be headed directly for the largest tent at the northern side. Do you want to follow the street cart? You could place your tokens on the map if you'd like. I don't think it really matters too much, but I guess if you wanted to just show something, yeah. Oh, there you go.
I'm on there twice now.
I got you. I started doing it. I said to everyone, you want me to move your token? And then or you want to put your tokens on there? And then I moved it. All right. There we go. Delete.
And I might have missed it. Where did you say the pastries shop is?
The pastry shop is Vada's Otherworldly Goods. It's a pastry shop. Sounds like it would be another type of shop, maybe selling gear or something like that. But no, it's Vada's Otherworldly Goods. It's a pastry shop. Sells various desserts,
Could I see
including
where
their signature vanilla bun.
Could I see where in relation to the amulet shop the pastry shop
Sure.
is?
Vaz Lucky Amulets. Let's see, where's Vaz? Here we go. Vaz is to the north. There you go.
You've got to have your main before you have your dessert now.
You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat.
Indeed.
Well, I'm suddenly in the mood for noodles.
Well,
Noodles sound
right next-
good. So that's fine. You know, the cart is headed towards this big tent, and the noodles are right next to it. So let's do that. Why don't we walk towards the noodle shop, and you can keep the cart in sight. Sounds good?
Mhm.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
You head to the noodle shop. And as you head to the noodle shop, you can see the woman who runs this specific stand is a gnome, just like you, Opal. And this gnome woman looks like she is hard at work, scooping all different sorts of foods and various noodles and toppings into trays to be ready to serve to customers. But then quickly, her attention looks out to the crowd, shouting over the sounds of the haggling shoppers and the sizzle of cooking street food. Her shrill voice calls out, "Give it back, you little thief!" "No, you're the thief!" a youngster with a panicked squeal cries. An instant later, you can see a frantic adolescent kobold bursting from the crowd, clutching a sizable bunch of green onions. The flustered gnome woman chases him. And this I do have artwork for. And it's actually might be my favorite artwork in the whole book. So I'll show this to you. But what do you do?
Is he running towards us or against us?
He's running towards you.
Or away from
Yeah.
us?
No, he's running towards you,
us.
away from the woman, towards you, and this is the scene that you see. Love this this artwork here. You can really see how angry that woman is, right? She's with her ladle in the air, screaming. And she's chasing after him. "Stop! Thief!"
Are we in a good position to try to trip him with my quarterstaff?
Absolutely.
stick it out?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you give me an attack roll then as the youngster travels by?
Right.
First roll. We got. Oh, you
that'd
rolled
be damage.
You rolled damage, yeah. Roll the.
This is the first time that I'm using D&D Beyond to roll. and
It's
I'm a
actually
little bit-
coincidentally Dasha's, right? Apparently.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Dasha's been playing on my channel for 2 years now, and this is the
Yeah.
first time I'm learning about this.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I
it
can-
should be to the left of the damage. It should be like where the attack bonus is.
Okay. Yeah, my quarterstaff didn't make it to the attack, so maybe I'll just do an unarmed strike.
Yeah, you could do that and just count the damage, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, as long as it rolls.
There
yeah.
it is.
Nice. Yeah, you I assume you want to trip the kid, right? You don't really want to hurt him.
Yeah, no damage for that.
Okay, so describe how you trip this little kobold as it's running past you with the green onions in tow.
I'm facing the other gnome, and I side-eye the kobold, and I stick out my quarterstaff just as he's, walking through, hoping to catch right between his, his shin.
Yeah. Like bicycle spokes almost, right? You get him right in between the step, and he screams out, "Ah!" And the green onions go flying in the air, and he collapses onto the floor and does a couple of rolls, I would assume, before he thuds into Josie, your stout frame.
I give a bit of a cackle. Ha ha ha.
I will pick him up by the scruff of his shirt and just set him back up on his feet.
"Hey, unhand me! What are you doing?"
Looks like you're stealing some onions. I think you should maybe give those back. We're hungry and we want some good noodles, and looks like that's probably the topping that goes on the good noodles. So why don't you go give them back to the nice lady?
"No, she stole them from us first." And then the lady gets there at this point. She's huffing and puffing. She had to book it to get all the way over here. He ran probably 60 feet, away from the cart at this point. But she's got the ladle in her hand, and she smacks the backs of his hand. And she's like, "I've told you, enough is enough. No more stealing from my cart. First the vandalism, now this." And she looks over to all of you. "Thank you, kind adventurers. This thief stole my onions." He starts to collect them from the floor. What do you do?
So what is the justice system here, lady? I am Davin. I do not believe we have been acquainted.
She says, "Oh, justice system. I wish we had a more strict system of rules here. Seems like most people know how to act. Just some of these hooligans. She says this family has been trying to sabotage us for too long now. She tells you her name as she introduces herself to you. I have her name right here. I just want to make sure I pronounce everything right, because there's a whole pronunciation guide for all of these, but her name is Lamai. 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 My name is Lamai Tienmo from Tienmo Noodles. And this young one here is from the Zangoon family. Their family has been feuding with us for some time now, but I didn't think they'd resort to theft. And the kid cries out again, I'm not a thief! No, you're the thief!
So
Why have
there's-
your families been fighting, and why do you say she's a thief?
It's at this point that you can see a female kobold enter into this conversation. That's enough, Lamai. You're behaving no better than our parents did. Stealing from me and attacking my son? Not a good look for Tienmo Noodles. Hello there. And she says, I am Kusa Zangoon.
Hello, I am Davin, and these are my friends. Is there no militia or lord to resolve these disputes in court?
Not quite here at the market. At the market, we resolve things on our own. We don't really prefer to have people interfering in family business. Most of these stalls have been in these families for generations. We don't want anyone interfering. We've handled our own for so long. It's just that some people don't know how to mind their manners. And she, again, looks at Lamai. And Lamai says, if I catch Gammon here again, I won't just smack the back of his hands. I will take from you what I need. Take from your own carts, if that's the case. And then rapid-fire insults and speculation is thrown around, and they get almost nose to snout, as they are relatively the same height. And they continue to argue and back and forth. I know that what your mother did that one time, and your uncle and your aunt did the same, and blah, 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 back and forth, over and over again. They seem to almost ignore you at this point. Gammon, the kobold... Hold on, Gammon, the kobold, gets up, and he starts to collect some of the green onions, and he looks like he's maybe getting ready to make a break.
I'll stick my my big nose and my quarterstaff in between the quarreling women, and I'll say, well, it doesn't do well to meddle, but I am hungry. Can we have some of those onions and some noodles, but not the bruised ones?
Perhaps, yes. When I get these onions back, the gnome woman shouts, and she says, now give them back, and she starts picking up some of them on the floor, and, you know, Gammon ultimately has to relinquish them because you kind of called him out. I do have artwork here for Kusa. I'm going to give you what she looks like, because now you can see all the characters here. But I just want to find only her, and I'm not for sure if I can find the right artwork here. Let's see what... Oh, good. Okay, good. It does give me the option. Perfect. Here's Kusa Zangoon.
Ooh.
Yeah. Clearly, she's a fishmonger, and she tells you that her cart, the Zangoon family, have been selling seafood, and they're the largest proprietor of seafood in the entire marketplace. She tells you that her family actually is going to be providing seafood to the market games. And as she starts talking about the market games, the gnome woman says, all right, well, we have to settle this here. Clearly, you all saw this scoundrel steal from me. So, please, leave. And she again, the kobold woman, argues again back and forth. And she turns to you and says, the kobold says, all right, listen, you all, you're neutral. You're strangers. You're not part of the of this region. I think we can trust you. Zangoon family, seafood, a fish typhoon. You'll want Zangoon. That's right. We'll give you a deal. if you can prove that my son is innocent and that they've actually been vandalizing and stealing from us, I will give you each 25 gold and a lifetime supply of fish from Zangoon Seafood. Don't get a better deal than that.
Josie will kind of wrinkle her nose and say, well, I'm happy to take the gold, happy to help, but I don't want the fish.
No, listen here, the gnome says. I'll give you 35 gold and a lifetime supply of noodles. Yes, Tianmo noodles. We don't have a catchphrase, but we're working on it.
What comes on the noodles?
Whatever you'd like. Green onions, perhaps. Now give me those, and she snags them from Gammon.
Any meat?
She looks and she sees like the meat she does have meat in her stall. And she's like, yes, but 1 bowl per day.
Yeah.
All right,
What
fine.
do you think?
We'll make it 50 gold.
I'll look over at my friends, see what they say.
Kusa goes,
I like
no,
the
no,
sound
no,
of
no. 75 gold and all the fresh seafood you want.
Maybe we just let them keep talking for a minute.
I said 76 then. 77. 80. And they
Show us the
finally
gold.
settle at 100. And that's as far as I'll go. Me
What
too,
about-
100.
What about this, ladies? You each give us not 100 but 80 gold, and we can act as independent adjudicators to see who is at fault here.
They both look at each other. They look back at all of you. Gammon's like on the floor and he's like back and forth, looking to see who's going to win. And they look at each other and say, deal, fine. The gnome woman congratulates you all and shakes your hands. She says, and when you find that they've been sabotaging, vandalizing, and stealing from Tianmo noodles, you know where to get your next meal.
Will you pay us this gold up front? Because whoever we rule against is not likely to provide us with the gold.
Yeah, I'm
Both of them-
suspicious.
Both of them are like, well...
If you want someone to work for you, you gotta pay up front. We're not doing any investigating without seeing the gold.
All right. Zangoon Seafood has plenty of gold, unlike this rancid noodle shop. She takes out a bunch of gold coins and she shows you. She'll offer, does 25 each work to start? The rest at completion? The kobold suggests.
As long as I can get some food anytime in the next 10 minutes, that would be fantastic. I'll take anything.
The gnome woman runs to her cart and brings back a bowl of like beef and noodles in broth and offers it to you.
I will take it and start slurping away.
There we go.
Starving.
See? And more when you finish.
It's pretty good, she'll say with like a very full mouth.
I will say it is up there with maybe the best noodles you've ever had. It is exquisite.
What about Kusa? What about the Zangoon family?
Well, she can provide you with the gold, like she said, but her family's store is farther away, so she would have to take you there. But she also said that they're getting ready for the market games, so that's why she's kind of like in the area. So if you'd like, you can come with her to the market games. I could show you around, yes, of course. I do have some work to attend to. We're supplying the prawns for the market games.
Can I sidebar with Lamai?
Sure.
Okay. In Gnome, I'll say to her, Gnome to gnome, who supplies your onions?
Oh, there are farmers from the outside of Sab Sung Ko. They bring in fresh produce daily.
And they supply all of the vendors?
Most of them, yes. Not the spicy bros. They have their own pepper garden, I assume.
Good to know.
But I can tell you this. The Zangoon family is definitely at fault here. They're the ones that have been causing all this trouble and mishap. I'm certain of it. And you can ask around. It might be difficult at being outsiders for you to actually get some information. I'll be honest, I don't trust outsiders too much, but from gnome to gnome, I can see the moves that you did here, stopping that little scoundrel. I can tell that you're a good one.
Well, gnomes stick together, old girl. I'll keep
That's
an eye out
right.
for you. And I give her a wink.
She'll give that wink right back, and then you could both look up, and everyone's just listening to your conversation in gnome. Does anybody speak gnome? No?
I think Josie's oblivious.
No.
She's just like slurping up the noodles and having the
Okay.
time of her life because she's finally gotten
The
food.
kobolds look confused, that's for sure.
And I'm not impressed by this.
Um, are there any like customers in this restaurant?
Well,
Who
the
have been
noodle
watching this?
is more of like a stand, and you're in the middle of the street, so there's people all over the place, though. People are watching, actually. It's a good point. As this arguing and kind of shouting match has been going on, there's plenty of people watching. The crowd's starting to diminish as you've seemed to calm things down.
Okay, well, while they're speaking in hushed gnomish to each other, I'd like to look around in the crowd and see if there's somebody who looks kind of more invested in the situation, like if there's somebody who's like been watching the whole time.
Give me I'm going to say insight rather than perception, because you can clearly see everyone here. No one's hiding. Let's see if you can tell based on their expression or body language.
Probably not. Rolled myself a 1, first roll of the night.
No, you don't see anybody that looks. I mean, the onlookers. You know what it's like when you see people arguing in the street. It's like watching a car crash. You gotta watch. Your eyes are glued, right? You don't want to miss anything. But no, nobody really looks like they are more invested than another.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just kind of like survey the crowd and I'll say, well, all right, looks like nobody saw anything. Was hoping to maybe ask a bystander, but we'll find another way.
The crowd starts to part and leave you in the street. Gammon gets up and he's like, "Mom, can we go home?" And she says, "Yes, dear, we're going to go home. Just going to pay these wonderful people." And she gives you each 25 gold. And she says, "If you're in the during your investigation you find anything, you could find me, well, most likely during tonight I'll be at the market games. But other than that, come to my shop, Zangoon Family Seafood."
So everyone's paid us now.
Yes, food from the noodles and gold from the Zangoon Seafood. But of course, you are promised more gold and more food at the completion of this.
That's awfully a lot of gold for a few onions. Surprising they can afford such a thing.
Yeah. Is this just to the players or is this to the gnome?
Oh, mumbling under my breath.
Oh, gotcha.
Old woman style.
Give me a history check, actually, Opal.
Sure thing.
Since you brought it up, I'll tell you what you might know about this region.
Not great. 9.
I will say that even with just a 9, this market is a market of renown. They probably do quite a bit of business, but that's all you'd know. Okay, so at this point, the crowd is kind of gone, right? Most of the onlookers have passed. The Zangoon family, the two of them, the 2 kobolds head out. Lamai goes back to her noodle shop. And that's when you're approached by someone who looks like they might have more of a vested interest, Michelle. You can
my.
you see a man who's wearing orange, a brightly colored orange suit. On the fringes of his suit are gold decorated peppers in a sort of like a pattern on the edges of the suit. And he heads up, and you can see he's got a dagger or some sort of, maybe it's even, it's really just a cooking knife, a chef's knife at his belt. But he approaches you. He seems awfully shy and hesitant. And when he gets to you, he finally speaks up and says, welcome. Welcome to the Dinsing Market. My name is Kasim. I run a local establishment here called the Spicy Brothers Peppers. Have you heard of us?
Of course, that was one of the first places we wanted to come by. Spicy Bros.
Ah, well, yes, if you came by our store, you'll notice that we're, right now, we're setting up for the market games, but it is such a shame of what's going on here between these two families, is it not?
Yes,
It
yes.
is.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what's going on? We're trying to help out here, but we don't have too much information.
I also really, I don't know too much. My family's one of the newer families here at the market. We were passed on our shop and our stall. Our parents gave it and then passed it on to us and so on. My brother and I'm speaking, of course, my brother Vi. Again, did I tell you, my name is Kasim. Did I mention that?
Yes,
Kasim.
it's wonderful to meet you, Kasim. I apologize, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Pi Thon, and these are my friends. We're here to help.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, it's hard for many of these older families to trust outsiders and trust in general. Because the market is a tight-knit community, I'm not so sure that it's best that you get involved with this right now. I don't know. I think you should just leave things be. Let the families settle it.
Can I do an insight check to see why he might be saying that? Is he trying
Sure.
to help or has he got some motive?
Sure.
13.
13. With a 13, let me just see if there's any here. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. You can't really get a read on him right now. I will say the body language of the Insight of 13 gives you that he is, he's choosing his words carefully, and he's trying to be very respectful and polite. That's what I'd say the body language you get off from him. But other than that, you don't know.
Well, already ate the noodles, so can't exactly walk away now.
I guess yes. Maybe perhaps you're indebted. I just warn you that the families here are very tight-knit. Me and my brother are just a small little shop, but the Zungun family and the Tianmo family are long-standing pillars. I would be cautious when getting between them.
But we are
Anyway.
we are not from here, and there's no justice system here. We have been told, so you can always leave if things get unpleasant.
You're right, and you absolutely should. The moment that anything dangerous happens, I would be sure to leave the market. No sense in ruining your vacation. Am I correct?
You are
Yes,
correct.
and Kasim, what kind of dangerous things might happen?
Oh, the marketplace is extremely safe. I mean, of course, every so often you hear of pickpocketing, but no, because it's such a family business, this whole marketplace, I would say it's very safe.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about dangerous things, I guess.
Well, he seems to be a bit flustered now, and he says, well, look, I just wanted to introduce myself, and if you need anything, you let me know. I can give you a bit of a layout of the land. I would say the market games, you don't have to go there. I mean, they might be something that is interesting to watch from time to time, but it's mostly just, trivial games. That's it. And I would stick to some. You should check out. And he starts to run off places that I had said. Like he says, you should go to Va's Lucky Amulets, or perhaps the Vadas of the Worldly Goods. Pastries are delectable.
Did you say that he's ornately dressed?
Mm-hmm. He's wearing like an orange jumpsuit with gold. What's the word I just said before? The edges of his
Trimming?
suit are. Yeah, trim. Yeah, trimming. Yeah, and it's got like a gold pepper design, like just peppers in a pattern.
And you said that he called his shop just a little humble, small. Okay. I'll say to him, Kasim, how much would your establishment pay for an onion?
An onion. One singular onion.
A bushel, perhaps.
If it's not grown by our local gardens, then we would bring it out from the Sabsungko farmers. Probably a few silver per bushel.
Is that how much each establishment pays? Or is this
Roughly,
just-
yes. Yes, the market runs. The bigger stalls that buy more product get a little more of a discount. But for us, we pay a few silver per bushel.
And is it common for shop owners to carry hundreds of gold pieces on them when there are pickpockets about?
I certainly wouldn't. And he puts his hands in his pocket.
Does anything jingle?
A little bit. He says,
So you're new here. How are you getting on with everybody?
Not new. No. My parents passed on the business to my brother and I, but considering the marketplace, we're still relatively new.
So do you find it difficult to get on with the other families, to make your mark?
It is challenging, and some of the politics of the market can be very frustrating. It would be nice to be able to just maybe purchase a second shop, but that is not allowed by the market rules. So it has to be a family that is leaving. So it has to be passed on to you.
Where could we find a list of the market rules?
He can tell you. There might be some sort of a, what's the word for at even a farmer's market, like a kiosk that has something, but it's mostly it would probably be some sort of market official that would just tell you, the rules. There's no set of rules in the book, but I assume it's going to be, don't be a jerk. Make sure you pay for your goods up front. No stealing, things like that. So all things that happened here. I mean, the families basically seem like they rule everything. So were the families to get together and declare that this kid actually stole something, there could be some actual punishment. Maybe the family could, get in trouble for that. So it's possible. But there's no law enforcement. The families kind of work as a collective to run things here. And so it seems as though perhaps these two families feuding could cause a ripple effect in the market politics.
Who are the other families we should get to know? Maybe the older ones that might know why this feud was initiated?
Well, Madame Culp has been here for perhaps the longest.
And
She
is there
sells
anyone who's
silks.
been here for less time than you? Maybe is seen as a newcomer, or would that be you, the new?
That would be us, yes, my brother Vi and I.
Interesting.
I must be going, though, because the market games, as I mentioned, are starting, and, we do have a stall there, so... But you don't need to be concerned about that, so... Have a wonderful night, and if you need anything, come to the Spicy Bros shop.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, Kasim. So
Thank you
nice
for
to
your
meet you.
time.
He'll back away. I just realized I have Kusa Zangoon here still. So there you go. And you can hear crowds of people gathering towards the marketplace because the games are going to be starting soon. Where do you want to go?
Can I confer with my friends for a minute?
Yeah, please discuss. You're by yourselves now. So you're in the street. People are walking by, but it's private enough.
So, friends, we have two families of influence, the Tyan Mo and the Kobolds, the Zungoon. If we were to blame one or the other, no matter whose fault it may be, it could prove difficult, and we will alienate one of the families. I have an idea. In such circumstances, it's often good to find a scapegoat, a weaker family, somebody who is separate from the rest of society. If we could pin the blame on such a family, then we would maintain good relationships with both, the Dynamos and the Zungoons, get rewarded from both, and the scapegoat could take the blame and then maybe be forced to leave the market. And everyone would be happy. It would be something to consider.
Well,
I've seen this done before.
I will say that now that these are paying customers, it is, I feel that it is an obligation to find our way to the truth. However, I do recognize what you are saying, and I'll let it be up to a democratic vote.
Well, of course, we should try and find the truth. I have a hunch that there may be a third party at play here in any case.
That's what I feel as well. What do you think, friends? And I turn to Josie and Etta.
Well, if we were to have a scapegoat, and I'm not saying we should have a scapegoat, but if we were to have a scapegoat, we need to know what to actually blame them for. And I feel that the onions are not the main root cause of this issue, so we do still need to dig and maybe get some more snacks on the way. Can you tell there's a theme to the characters I play on this channel, apparently? They all just love food.
Siggy is a candy...
Yeah.
A candy aholic, but...
Yes. No, I think Josie's gonna be not candy. She's gonna want, like meat and, like...
Carnivore.
Whatever, those, like, skewers where, yeah, like, she'll eat all that. Like, protein, basically.
Actually, I would say, honestly, you already have a skewer in your hand. Nobody even knows where it came from. It's like you just...
Yeah.
You got one. You acquired one somehow.
Yes.
Well, you can't be too fussy when you're seeking your fortune. So come what may, if we get paid out, I'm happy.
Nice. So we're looking for the truth with a scapegoat as a backup plan. Does that sound right, Andrew?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I was going to say, remember in Supernatural 20 when I threw that script behind me? Remember that moment?
It's a beautiful moment.
Could be one of those moments tonight where we just throw this whole book out the window and figure something else out. But that's good. That's good. Whatever you want to do. You want to burn this market to the ground? You do that. You do that as well. All right. So where to now? There are plenty of places on the map to go. You've gained some information from the Tienmo noodles, from Zungoon seafood, and from the Spicy Bros. We also have the market games in the center, which is the families of the Spicy Bros. The Zungoon is supplying seafood to the Trusty Leak, and you also have a third tent that you haven't heard is being used for.
Do we know what time the games are starting?
You don't. You just heard that they're starting soon, but none of you really know enough about the marketplace. I know Opal made one history check, but we'll just say that since you've never been here before, you don't know how they operate.
I'd be interested in talking to the farmers who supply most of the food shops here, because they probably have a better idea of who's, grappling with each other, where they deal with everyone.
You want to go to the source. What do you think, everybody? Try to find a farmer?
If it's an appropriate time,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say right now there's not going to be anybody like bringing produce in, but perhaps you could kind of walk the streets, see if you can find anyone, or try to network and find somebody. In the meantime, maybe you'd pass some important things or places on the map. Where would you like to head? I'll switch back to a Roll20 mode.
Is there anywhere that would have more information about the games? Perhaps one of those kiosks where we could find out the rules of the market? Maybe they'd have like a brochure or something?
No, probably not a brochure. But if you were to go to the center, you can ask somebody. There's plenty of market officials around. In fact, I think where you're standing right now is kind of close to the center. So I'd say even from your vantage point, you could probably see that there looks like someone who is in charge of the market games as the stalls are being set up, and there's quite a few people moving in food and different tables and chairs. There seems to be someone coordinating the action. It's a man who looks like he's wearing a chef's hat, but on the top of the chef's hat are tentacles coming out like a squid.
So before we leave Dynamo Noodles, can I just... I've got an invocation that means I can detect magic at will. Can I just do detect magic on the noodle shop?
Sure. Do you want to get close to it and like walk around it to get a good
Yeah.
radius?
Yeah, just while everyone's getting ready to go, I'll just go around it once.
Gotcha. You head by the noodle shop, and you start walking around. Lamai looks at you, and she's like, "You couldn't have found anything yet." And she sees you walking around her cart.
I'm just gonna carry on.
She's like, "Oh, no, outsiders. You know, outsiders." And then she...
Ma'am, please don't interfere with the investigation.
Oh, who was I to know? And you
Thank
walk around. You don't sense anything magical, but you step on something, Andrew, on the floor. Looks like a peel to some sort of fruit. And you look around and you don't see fruit in this stand at all.
Oh, I guess I'll pick it up.
What do you do to it?
I'll give it a sniff.
You smell it?
Mm-hmm.
Citrusy. Just a faint smell to it. Looks like it might have been here for a while.
I'll ask Lamai. Lamai, look at this. Where did this fruit come from, perhaps?
She squints her eyes, looks down her nose at it. Is that a persimmon? Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks like a persimmon peel. We don't have persimmons at this shop. Don't ask for it. I gave you your noodles. I want you to give me answers.
Okay, we're working on it. We have to exclude you from our investigations.
All right. I didn't expect you to be investigating me.
Well, this was the job. We were to investigate both of you.
Oh, right. That crone.
Well, good day, and I'll go back to the group.
Outsiders. Nah. So you take the peel with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show it to them. I'll tell them I found this peel and it seemed out of place.
Do you want to talk to the official? The one wearing the chef's hat with the squid tentacles?
I would like to. I want to find out more about these games.
You can head into the event grounds in the center of the map, and as you do, you can see it's busy. There's a lot of people moving around items, bringing in food, and the man that you see in the hat, he looks over at you. He's kind of coordinating, he's kind of waving his hand and moving over, hey, this over there, and then he looks up at you all, and you can see he's wearing like some sort of an apron. It's got the symbol of a leek on it. And he goes, "Oh, no way. We got some outsiders here for the competition, I see. Welcome. Name's Sid the Squid."
Hi, Sid. We want to know more about the competition. Could you tell us some more information?
Right on. Okay, yeah. I'm Sid. I run the Trusty Leak. And he points to his cart that's being like unloaded into the big event tent. He's like, "Yeah, we get a few people every night coming for the market games. It's just some fun things. It supports the local businesses. You catch my drift?"
What time does it start?
It starts real soon, in the next like 20 minutes or so. As soon as we're done setting up. I'm the MC tonight.
What kind of games are available to play?
Oh, tonight
to
we've got
participate
a gauntlet for you. He looks over and he points to the smallest of the stalls, but it's still pretty big. I'm going to switch over to the Roll20 screen so we can see it again. Let me zoom in on our screens. Come on. There we go. You can see here the smaller, but still rather large. It's the circular one. Has a long, like a banquet table set up, and chairs facing out to the seats in the middle. And he says, "The Spicy Bros have their special pepper challenge, and it's totally rad. I've seen it before. I've seen people vomit. It's awesome." And he's like, "And then over here, we've got my challenge tonight. That would be the battle prawns. Yeah, it's gonna be great." Getting our seafood from Zangoon. It's going to be awesome because, Zangoon, you want a typhoon, you go Zangoon. And then over there, down at the back, he's like, "I don't really know what's going on with Madam Culp, but she's got some weird little caterpillar thing. I don't really know. But, yeah, but it's going to be great. So I have to learn what she does because I got to introduce it. Oh, boy.
We could go find out.
Oh, would you do that for me?
Of course, maybe we could tell you that and you could tell us some more information about all these fine people running the market here.
Oh,
We'll be
you
right
know
back.
what, though? I'm going to be honest with you. You're not from around here. I could tell. You're outsiders right away. They're not going to want to talk to you. They don't really talk to outsiders. You got to gain trust around here.
And how do we gain trust?
That is the question, huh? You know what? Why don't you play in some of the challenges? If you do that, people will recognize you. You'll be heroes.
I'll nod. It's like, sure. Will the rest of the party play?
Yeah, right on. Come on, let's go.
My friends, will you join me in this?
Don't spoil the night, man. Come on. Help your friend, the dwarf.
If we must as part of the investigation, then sure. And then
I do insist, my lizard man.
That's lizard lady to you. Thank you very much.
Oh, I just call everybody man.
We're gonna talk about gender neutral language another time, I guess.
Yeah, I will take part in these challenges.
Right on, right on. Okay, okay. And what about you? Pointing to Etta.
What's in it for us? What do you get for winning?
Renown, for sure.
And
Oh, and you get a little voucher that you could use at some of the stalls. Get some free food, some silks, pastries.
Does one have to pay to play?
No, not at all. We take free volunteers. In fact, I gotta be honest, it's a little light. I've only got a couple other people over there, and so you can see two other. It's like another adventuring group. It's like it's like the Icewind Dale crew. they're over there.
could you possibly sweeten the deal for us?
Maybe. What do you mean?
Well, if we take our time to play in your games, will you take your time to talk to us about some of the other characters here?
Yeah, absolutely. If I didn't have to MC this thing, I'd talk to you right now. But yep, those tables right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. He's like, right on, right on. All right, so how about this? You go find out what Madam Culp's doing, because I don't know what she does. And then you tell me what you want to know, and I'll talk to you afterwards.
Sounds amazing.
All right, all right. Yeah, let's get started. We're underway in how long? 10? He's shouting to other workers. All right. I gotta run, but see you in a bit.
All right, let's hustle on over to Madame Culp's table then.
You go to Madam Culp's. It's the one to the southeast. It's a pretty large tent. Unlike the other ones where they're open to view, this one is closed off on all sides. There is a makeshift door although it's probably more of like a beaded door. And you open and you can enter in, and inside this shop, you see it's got some sort of like a little counter space with all different sorts of silks hanging in various colors. And you can see Madame Culp, and I actually have some artwork of her, so I'll bring her up too. Come on, roll 20. Madame Culp is an elderly, I believe she's a gnome as well. I just want to make sure I'm not lying to you here. Yep, she's a gnome as well. Here you go. There you go. So when you enter in, you can see Madame Culp, this gnome woman who has silks hanging all around her shop, and you notice she has these tiny little caterpillars. They're not tiny. They are actually massive for caterpillar size, but they are crawling on her shoulder, in the folds of her silk clothing, and even in her hair.
Ooh.
And she greets you. Welcome to Madame Culp's. I am Madame Culp. Are you here for the games, for the challenge?
And what is your challenge, Madam Culp? I am Davin, and these are my friends.
Yes, Davin. She'll introduce herself and you to her. She says, if you're participating in the games, I can't tell you exactly what we're doing, but you'll be trying to locate my famed caterpillars. Not these, of course, but you'll be trying to find the ones that are hidden throughout my shop.
That's the game. Hunt the caterpillar.
That's correct.
Unimpressed.
It's harder than it seems. These little rascals can get all over the place.
How do they know to hide? Are you able to communicate with these caterpillars?
I mean, no, but I have an affinity for creatures like this. The small ones, the workers. We align in many ways. We also have the same ears.
Well, I will not be doing this challenge. I will do the pepper challenge, but it's nice to meet you, madam.
You expect many participants?
Oh, yes, many.
Well, you can count on me to join as well.
I thought so.
I do like the smaller beasts, being a gnome myself.
Good, good. I can tell. I might be your elder.
You might be my cousin.
Very well. Then perhaps we'll have a family reunion soon. Until the games.
I look forward to them.
She'll nod, and you can leave her shop. You see Sid the Squid, and he's like, all right, did we talk to Madame Culp? What's she got in there? I don't even know what she does.
It's search the caterpillar. She has caterpillars, and you have to search for them.
Wow, that's a bummer. But
At least it doesn't involve consuming things.
yeah, I guess, unless you gotta eat the caterpillars, but that would be gross.
Yeah, that was my fear.
Right
It's
on,
just
right
nice.
on.
It's the perfect speed for an elderly woman such as myself. So I would advise you not to speak ill of such a wonderful gnome woman.
Okay.
Like Madam Cole.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I like it. Gnomes sticking up for gnomes. I dig it. All right, well, you ready to start? Because we're just getting ready here. Y'all
Is
ready?
her game first?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, wait. And you can hear like a drum beat and a gong in the background. And he's like, that's my cue. Hold on. We'll chat soon. And he runs over to the center of the like those bleachers. You can see them there in the middle. Move your tokens just into the middle for now. We'll get to this. I'm going to change the music over, but you ready for some games? Here we go.
Always.
I just
Let's
wanted
go.
to. Can I just sidebar to Etta? Etta, we haven't seen this many gnomes since the incident at the Half Moon Tavern.
I'm just as surprised as you are.
the incident.
It must be lovely for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. You made a gnome. Michelle made a private eye. It's like almost perfect.
All right.
All right, so the games. You hear the MC, Sid the Squid. He comes up and he's got some sort of like it's not a megaphone, obviously, but it's some sort of thing that's going to project his voice out, a little cone action. And he goes, "All right, everybody, welcome to the event grounds of the Din Sing Night Market. My name is Sid the Squid. I'm going to be your MC for tonight, and I've got two awesome challenges, and then a really cool," and he looks right at a really cool and slow-paced, like wholesome activity. And he like smiles and gives you a thumbs up. And he's like, "So, who's ready for some peppers?" And the crowd that is gathered here, there must be a few hundred people in the marketplace, in the event grounds from the marketplace watching on. Most of them probably are outsiders, but there's other families of the, you see like some of the Zungoon kobolds. You'll see some other people who clearly represent their stalls but are watching on. And he says, "I'm going to hand it over to the one, the only, Vi from the Spicy Bros." And there's a crowd erupts in cheers. And Vi and his brother, who you've met, Kasim, step into the event grounds. And this is what they look like. I didn't want to show you Kasim until I could show you both of them. So here's Kasim and his brother, Vi. There you go. Also known as the Spicy Bros. All right, ready? Here we go. A crowd applauds from the nearby bleachers as you are led into a broad open space of the event tent. Before you is a long table bearing a massive basket of colorful peppers. There are also several pitchers of milk and glasses for you to probably, as you would guess, get that spicy taste out of your mouth. He says, "Welcome, challengers, to the Arun family pepper. Welcome, challengers, to the Arun family pepper challenge." Shouts of the bombastic announcer standing near the table wearing a green pepper-themed costume. He says, "I'm your host, Vi Arun. Is everyone ready to greet the heat?" And everyone in the crowd is like, "Yeah, heat." And he says, "We've got a few challengers today," and he seats all the others, maybe, like I said, another party of 4, and you at this long table. Before you each is a basket of peppers, varying colors and sizes. He goes on to explain the rules, and he's also going to let you introduce yourselves to the people. "So who do we have here?" And he points the microphone to Michelle. He points it to Thon.
I'm Thon. And I quickly pass the mic over to the next person.
Yeah, definitely also isn't a mic because he doesn't have a microphone, but he
Oh.
passes, a proverbial mic to you. And then you proverbially pass it to the right. To Edda.
Edda grumbles under her breath a bit and says, I'm Edda. I did not think we had to participate in all the challenges, but I'm here for it."
Yeah, you were kind of ushered to this area. And then he goes to Andrew's character. He goes to what's your character's name? Davin?
Davin.
And he says, "All right, so you are."
I'll stand up and I'll throw my hands forth and I'll say, I use full mythology so I can speak in like a big booming voice. Like, "I am Davin Lagrange."
The crowd cheers louder than the last 2 contestants. Clearly, they liked your introduction.
I kind of wave at everybody like, "Yeah, look at me."
People are whistling and howling. And then finally they go to the dwarf, Josie.
Hello, everyone. I am Josie, and she'll look at Vi. "I'm ready to eat the heat."
Yes, you are. And he goes over. And the next, and introduce the last three. The first contestant goes, I am Edmund Brycene, friend
Yes.
to elf and man. And he winks, and he makes an audible winking sound with his mouth. Wink.
And how
And
many
then you
eyes
see-
does he have at this point?
Oh, yeah, he blinks. Excuse me, he has one eye. And then there's a moody, grouchy dragonborn, white dragonborn. You can see a bard, a colorful half-elf bard. And then Elias a human, right, Andrew?
Right, yeah.
You see another party next to you, and they introduce themselves. Elias Dawnstrider, cleric of Lathander and spiritual leader of the Three Musketeers in Rogal. So these people introduce themselves, and Opal, obviously, this is a former crew of ours. But they are here enjoying the night market. So everyone, the market here, rules are very simple for this challenge. The Arun brother says, you're going to take a random pepper from the basket. You're going to eat it from base to stem in one bite. If you cannot continue with the challenge, you may tap out and take your glass of milk. If you'd like to continue, you swallow it whole and stay seated. Do we understand? Everyone nods. What do you all do? Do you nod and agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And mechanically, here's how it's going to work. Each of you are going to roll a d10 to determine the pepper. There's also 3 rounds, so if you want to bow out after a round, you can. Basically, what's going to happen is if you fail a saving throw, we're going to make Constitution saving throws when you eat certain peppers. There's a variety of peppers, so when you roll it, I'll tell you what pepper you got, what the effect is, and what your saving throw needs to be. If you fail it, you are going to be out of the challenge. If you fail the saving throw... Actually, I shouldn't say that. You make a saving throw, and on a successful save, you manage to eat it. On a failed saving throw, you eat the pepper, but you can have disadvantage on the next one. If you fail another, you're out. But some peppers are different. So some peppers might just be overruling this because they're just so powerful. So we'll see. When you get the pepper, I'll tell you what you need to do. So everyone roll me a d10 and pick your pepper. Okay. We'll go in order here, in order that I called out. So, Thon, what'd you get? Michelle?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow.
You are Thon.
Yes, I am. I apologize. Second roll of the night, I rolled a 1 yet again. Both of my
Okay.
rolls have been 1s.
All right. Right on. No, it's good. A 1. And I see, did somebody else roll a 1? Etta?
Yeah, Etta rolled a 1. Should I re-roll?
No, we're going to group it together here. The two of you sitting next to each other, maybe you even collude in some way. Thon picks up a pepper. It's a tiny little red pepper. And you pick it up as well, thinking maybe that's the way to go. And you bite into it. And you're waiting for that heat. But it doesn't come. What could this be? The pepper is not a pepper at all, but rather a cherry tomato. No need to make a saving throw.
Nice.
4.
High five.
I will quietly fist bump at a. Nice.
Let's see here. Next would be Andrew. What'd you get?
I believe I
7?
got a 7.
Okay, so Andrew, you got what's considered to be a sweet heat pepper. Give me a saving throw, Constitution saving throw. The DC is 12.
Constitution.
Yep, and the DC is 12.
A 20.
Very nice. A 20. The pepper is hot, Andrew, but it is also delicious. Okay, actually, yeah. So right now there has a benefit, but it's only a benefit if you had like disadvantage on this one. So like it actually doesn't matter. But if you were to have eaten a hotter pepper or a worse pepper, this would actually kind of soothe you a bit. But you still have to make a DC. So you made it. Nice job. You made it to the next round. And then Dasha, Josie got a
4.
4. All right. This one is a DC 10. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
15.
You succeed as well. The pepper is hot, probably something of like a jalapeno variety. It seems like one of the more common, peppers you've had. Spicy, but it's okay. It's okay. You managed to eat it. You've eaten worse. I'd say at this point, the Dragonborn bows out. The Dragonborn looks like he's gotten some sort of hot pepper, and he's sneezing, and part of his frost breath keeps coming out, trying to cool the pepper down, but it's no avail, so he guzzles the milk, and then he mutters to himself and hunches in the corner of the tent. Now, we go to the next round. Roll another d10. The crowd is loving it, by the way. They're cheering. They're loving seeing this Dragonborn hack up mucus and frost.
I'd have thought he'd been good at eating unpleasant things.
Not today. All right, so Davin a 2, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go reverse order this time. Let's go with Josie. Josie, you found yourself a sweet heat pepper. Give me a DC 12.
All right. $14.
You succeed. No disadvantage or anything else on the next check. We go to Davin. Davin, you get a common pepper. Give me a DC 10.
Yep. 22, not 20.
Oh my god, you just devoured it. No problems whatsoever. The crowd's going wild. Edda, what'd you get for this one? Oh, Edda. Sweet, sweet Edda.
Oh, no.
How
What
old's
does a
Edda?
9 give me?
How old's Edda?
Oh, 325.
This poor old woman just found the flamethrower. Give me a DC 18.
Constitution.
Yeah.
6.
You fail your saving throw against this pepper. You belch and gasp, and you kind of like you can sense the heat on your breath as you like exhale deep into the air. On the next challenge, you will have disadvantage on the saving throw. So if you fail it, you're out of the challenge. The last pepper would do you in. Okay? Remember that. And then for Thon, you got a 1? You lucky dog, you.
Yep. I will chomp into my tomato and give a thumbs up.
Yeah, you're like, there's tomatoes in here? And you're like picking them out now.
Yeah. Oh, I like tomatoes. Not bad.
All right.
Are these
So-
organic?
They are. They are. We go to the final round. Give me a D10. We're going to save Edda for last here because I think your role might be the most exciting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, brother. Okay, so we're going to go to... We'll start with Davin. Davin, you got a 4?
Yes.
You found a common pepper again, DC 10.
DC 10 con.
Mhm.
18.
18. All right, so you are good. You're good, but no, actually, no, but you're fine. You've successfully complete the challenge. You down that pepper and you slam your fists onto the table. Everyone's clapping for you, applauding for you. Josie got a 2. That's another common, DC 10.
A 10.
You succeed. It's a little spicier,
Yeah.
but you managed to finish. And then we go to Thon. Thon, you found a sweet hot. Go for a DC 12.
Okay. A 13.
And Edda. Is that a 10?
That is a 10.
Yeah. I'm going to say that as you eat it, you hear like the spicy bros both look at each other and they're like whispering to each other like, this could kill her.
Oh no.
Did we sign a liability waiver before we started this?
Someone in the crowd whispers, is that a skull face? And as you look at it, you can see this pepper does have sort of like a darker red appearance, almost like reddish black, but it's got a swirl of white making an impression of like a skull on it. And everybody starts chanting, Edda, Edda, Edda.
I join in. Era, era.
What do you do?
Edda contemplates casting Minor Illusion, but thinks, what would the ramifications be for cheating? It wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, the cheating would probably be frowned upon. You'd probably understand that, yeah.
All right, I'll take a
You
little
gonna try it?
little nibble. Yep.
Little nibble. Give me a DC 20.
Woo! Disadvantage.
Yes, with disadvantage.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it would have been so good
too
if you
bad.
didn't have disadvantage.
12.
Well, here's what happens. The spice is intense. However, it's only for an instant. Every participant looks at you, and you can see that your face is like bright red, like beet red. And you look out at all the participants, and you see that everyone in the crowd, your friends next to you, look like their face is just that of like a spectral skeleton skull. This can't be. Everyone's died around you.
Well, it was time, I suppose. Everyone has a time. Mine's not too far off.
You see Edda looking at you all, and she looks like she's seen a ghost.
I offer her a glass of milk.
I don't throw in the towel that easily.
What's funny is that even though you fail the skull face pepper, this has an unsettling but eerie effect, but you don't have any other consequences. So you are actually okay. Yeah, you finished. Now, I'd say you're probably beside yourself, and maybe even perhaps your taste buds need to recover before you can taste real food again. But yeah, you did, like, it was so hot it burned through your taste buds. So
Well, I
you're-
chalk that up to being old and losing taste buds anyway.
There you go. So you've completed the challenge. Everyone succeeded. The only other person in the other group that failed was the Dragonborn. So you get a loud applause from the crowd, and they start to move on to the next event, which is going to be at the leak, the Trusty Leak. They're setting up in that big tent there, and Sid the Squid goes, all right, that was some good heat. Now we head on over to the Battle Prawn Challenge. Come on, everybody. And you can see the seats. Everybody gets out of their seats and shuffles over. I actually have to switch my headset over. I just realized my wireless one's dying, so I'm going to put this in. But you can chat about the challenge and what you could expect in the next one.
I don't even know what battle prawns means. I'm kind of curious.
I think it's like dog fighting, but with shellfish.
Oh.
Oh, like battle bots. Oh, interesting.
I think Josie's not going to be very into this challenge, but she'll begrudgingly go along with it.
I think
She's
this. Oh,
She's probably got her hands on another skewer somewhere and is just like eating meat to get rid of some of that spicy pepper. Maybe to complement the spicy pepper taste.
You're
perhaps.
going to be looking at the battle prawns with hungry eyes.
All right, I'm back.
Hmm.
Okay, so head over to the Battle Prawns.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Awesome. So I am going to move our map here. There's actually a battle map for the Battle Prawns.
Oh.
So I'm going to move us over to that.
Right.
Okay. Place your tokens on the map. I think I had Edda's there, but it might not be the right one because I was testing some things yesterday. Yeah, okay, you move it? Perfect. Yeah, move yourselves to... No. Come on, right into the middle, Edda. Yeah, right into the middle. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Don't be shy. Excited onlookers crowd the bleachers within this vast open tent. One half of the space is crowded with cooking tools, a pair of oversized woks, and 2 long cutting stations containing bundles of foot-long green beans. The other side holds a massive pool. It's a it's a pool-sized glass tank, and it is filled with water. The water churns as large, shadowy shapes move within it. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Battle Prawn Challenge. My name is Sid the Squid, and I run the Trusty Leak. Just want to say a shout out to the Zungoon family for bringing us our food here today. Yeah, here's your job, contestants. You got to make a shrimp cake. And he looks at all of you.
Josie goes like, ugh, like, gags a little bit. It's like, okay,
All
It's
right,
gonna-
this.
I suppose.
It's going to be easy. Don't worry, all right? Sid the Squid wouldn't give you anything you can't handle. But I didn't bring the prawns. And then you can see the light kind of shines on this tank, and inside those shadowy figures are moving around. They are massive. Like, they're like 8 to 10 feet long shadowy figures. So, yeah. There are some other people around. You can see these commoner tokens. They're like sous chefs. Each of the contestants, basically, you get someone who kind of like hangs around with you. They're ready to help you in a moment. They're not going to do the tasks for you, but if you have something, you know, like you want to grab them to grab you a knife or do whatever you need, you can do it. You can tell them to do it. There are those prep tables. You can see them there next to the walks, in between the walks and the tank. One is for your group, and another is for the other adventuring party that's participating. Here are the rules. You have. This is gonna get timed. This is a time limit on doing this, but you have to get your prawn out of the tank. You have to get it to the wok. You have to cook it. Meanwhile, someone else, or you could do this all together or separately. You can divide the task however you want. Someone has to prepare the cake and the green beans. So you can decide who's doing what. You can do this all together. You can split it up. You can just send Andrew to his death in the pool. It's up to you. Your choice entirely how you want to go about this. And if you have some creative way to do something, I can tell you there are some things in here. They give me some suggestions for things that will and will not work, but I'm going to adjudicate as I see necessary. This is really like Iron Chef here, okay? So you have a time to do this. Just for game mechanics purposes, the book says you have 6 rounds to complete your dish. Now, I know it's not 6 rounds in real time, but that's what the game suggests, okay?
So you have to like chop the shrimp up.
You have to get your
Get it
live
out.
shrimp, you got to kill it, and you got to cook it.
You got to chop it up
Mm-hmm.
and put it in the thing.
It's got to cook in the wok, and then you got to add the meat to the cake.
Well, I'm still seeing skulls. I don't think I could tell which prawn is good. I'll handle the green beans.
There you go.
I grew up hunting all types of beasties in murky waters. I'll get the prawn.
Perfect.
I'll make the. Is it cake?
It would be with the green beans. It's like, yeah, it's.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It would be the preparation table station, basically.
Well, I don't want to fish the prawn out, but I'm happy to smash it dead when it comes out. I'll
There
be
you
ready
go.
with my hammer, just to.
So who's fishing the prawn out?
Thon will be taking care of that.
I can aid you in fishing the prawn out.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay, so we've got. Let's see here. Etta and Josie are gonna prepare the cake and the green beans. We've got Thon and Davin are gonna work on getting the prawn out of the tank, and hopefully you can do this all within 6 rounds. Ready to do this? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Roll initiative, everybody. What you got?
2.
2?
I got 18.
Same with me. 18.
You can go
Who would
first.
like to go? Yeah.
You can go first.
Okay, Etta. And then we've got Davin. Josie, you got a 2. And what did Thon get?
A 13.
13. So right in the middle, Thon. So Etta, Davin, Thon, and Josie. All right, everyone. Man your stations. Go where you'd like. As soon as you're ready, the games will begin. Okay, so we've got Etta. You're going to the green beans, right?
Wait,
yeah, no.
Yeah, which walk are we?
You can pick whichever walk you want. You can pick. You have the other group is doing the other one.
Okay.
So, yeah. The Dragonborn seems to be insisting that he cannot actually fight the prawns. So he's sitting at the table ready to chop the green beans. He even looks hesitant to chop the green beans, I'll be honest with you.
Is he trying to heal the green beans
He
after he
tries,
chops them?
yeah, he tries to use lay on hands on the green beans. And then we go to, let's see, starting off with Etta. As you nod, you see Sid the Squid, and he goes, "All right, everybody, the challenge begins now!" And everyone scrambles to grab their ingredients, and there are knives and chopping blocks available for you, so you can go at it. Do you want to grab a big pile of green beans?
Yeah, what quantity are we looking at?
It says a hefty pile is how it's described of these foot-long green beans that need to be chopped up and diced up.
Okay.
So there is a butcher knife, or I guess this would be a vegetable knife or whatever, available to you. How do you want to cut them up?
Yeah, I'll arm myself with a... Is there like a finer knife?
Sure. There's knives of all varieties, and I think you can even see there's probably just like a knife table, like right here.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. I would also like to pocket a few green beans as I go, but
Sure.
I'll begin dicing.
Sure. So the challenge with the green beans is they have an armor class and a hit points total. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but there's a threshold. If you chop them up too finely, you will over chop them. If you chop them too less, they'll be bigger pieces and not so good for the cake. So you gotta find that sweet spot. All right.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. You want to take your first pile?
Yeah, making an attack roll.
Yep, an attack roll, and this counts as a dagger for all
I
purposes.
am proficient.
Okay. I'll also allow you to be proficient if you advantage you have if you have chef's any sort of chef tool proficiency or feat. I don't know if anybody took anything chef related, but
So my dagger's not on Roll20 or on D&D Beyond, but my
fine.
unarmed strike has proficiency, just like a
Perfect.
dagger does. So I just rolled that to hit.
totally fine. You hit the green bean and roll damage. It'd be a D4 plus your strength or dex.
All right. Roll. That
A 3, you say, huh?
3. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like it rolled both of them for me. Okay, I think I got this for the next one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So the 3, you chop up, you kind of cut them in half and then quarters, and you're like, oh man, my arm is getting tired. And you still have 3 hit points on this green bean. Keep track of the hit points for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, we go to, oh gosh, Davin. I see you're
So-
on your ladder. You getting
Yeah.
up the ladder?
I'm looking in the tank. They're really big. They look heavy, heavier than like 5 pounds, and you can beige hand out.
Yeah, so just now that you're on top and you can see down with light beaming into the tank, here's what you see, Andrew. I'm going to make the tokens available here. There we go.
Oh, they look lovely.
They are massive prawns. They are 8 to 10 feet in length. Their legs can very easily, as you see them do it now, reach up to the edge of the tank. They look pretty strong, pretty capable. I'll make one a little bigger here. We can maybe make it a... I don't have a picture. Oh, no, I do. I do have a picture. Excuse me. Actually, I have really cool artwork for this. So that's what you see. You see these prawns just like kind of sitting in there, and they're ready to go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast them with my Agonizing Blast.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Where's the battle prawn?
12. No,
12,
that's
you
not right.
said,
It's only rolled damage. Hang on, let me do it manually. What's my plus? Plus 5. Oh, 8.
An 8 with the Eldritch Blast. You miss. Why can't I find the prawns? It's so cool. Aw, man. How do they not have the battle prawn art here? All right, I'll find it over the course of this next thing here. But yeah. So you do an 8, right?
Yeah.
8 does not hit. So you blast into the water. It splashes over. You can see the other team on the other side trying to complete the challenge as well. Their bard tries to like lull the shrimp to sleep with some music, but it doesn't seem to be working, and it looks like the shrimp are trying to gang up on him. What do you do? We go to Thon. You're there as well.
All right, I am going to, as a lizard folk, I have a tail. So I'm going to take just like the end of my tail and dip it into the water a little bit.
What?
Wiggle it around.
You
Just
are
wiggle it
bold.
I'm also, as I do this, I'm going to just like grab a dagger.
And this is the battle prawn challenge,
Ooh.
everybody. So, there you go.
Wow.
It's actually more ridiculous when you look at the art.
I like the guy up like zoomed in at the front who's just like,
Oh my god, these things are
Terrifying.
massive. This
Wow.
is hilarious. All right. So, you dip your do you sure now after seeing this art you want to dip your tail into the water?
You know what? I'm gonna grab 2 daggers.
Okay.
2 daggers in both my hands. Dip just the little end
Oh
of my
my
tail. This is
gosh.
the way I've always done it. This is the way I did it as a kid back in the suit. You know what? I won't get into it.
This
All
is
right.
hilarious.
Oh, just a little bit. Let's see what we got. I'm ready.
All right. So are you readying an action to like attack or something?
Yes. So
Okay.
as I wiggle my tail around, if I see a prawn like come up to me, then I will attack it with the daggers I have in my hands.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll go to Josie now.
yes. I suppose I'm helping chop up the green beans.
Yep.
Let's
Or
see.
making the cake, chopping up the cake, whatever the the bready part of this cake would be. But yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably
okay,
rice
I
or
could do
something.
that. I could do
Yeah.
that.
But it's gonna be
Is that-
chopping. It's gonna be a chopping activity. So similar. You got to give me I got a hardness. You have to overcome. Excuse me, not a hardness. An AC you have to overcome with a hit point thresh. You got to get in that range.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna try with my hand axe.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. That is a 7.
You actually miss. So what do you hit?
I guess I just put a big dent in the chopping board.
All the beans like shuffle around. Etta is like trying to with her like shaky hand trying to like cut a green bean finally, and she like gives you a glare, I'm sure. The other table though, that Dragonborn, he sees what you did and he takes out his axe and he's gonna do
Ooh.
the same thing.
Okay.
But you miss, unfortunately, so that's your turn. That's one round for you all. The monsters, or I shouldn't say monsters, the shrimp are gonna go next. These 2 shrimp see the lure being put into the water, and they're going to head over. Let's see here. Yeah, so that one's going to come over just like this one in the picture, and it is going to attack. What is your armor class? Actually, no, you're ready to actually go off first. Sorry, Michelle, go ahead.
No problem. So, can I attack twice with my 2 daggers? Would you allow that?
With a readied action, you can't attack twice, but I'll say, though, that because Andrew is... I mean, I know that you're like... There's no real... Well, actually, on the map, you are positioned next to each other. You'll get sneak attack on it if you hit.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. So, a 10 to hit.
A 10.
Does it hit?
Sorry, I lost my page here. Where'd it go? That's not what I want. I lost the, I gotta get the prawn back. It's coming though.
No problem.
It's coming. It might hit. I want to double check. I think it's a little low, but I don't want to say no or yes until I finish it.
Yeah.
But no, it misses. It misses. So it misses, but you were ready for it. You swing, but these shrimp are just so big compared to the ones you hunted back in the day, and so this giant prawn is going to attack you.
Okay.
Now, what is your armor class?
My AC is 16.
16, gotcha. All right, here we go. It rams into you. And it hits for an 18, I believe. Yeah.
An 18
So-
will hit.
You only take 3 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, only 3 bludgeoning damage. But it's right up to you. It's threatening you. It's trying to like gnaw at you with its little weird tendrils, and it's trying to climb out of the cage here. And then the other one's going to attack. It pops up, and it's going to attack you as well. For a 10, which is probably not going to hit you.
That does not hit.
But there's 2 right next to you. One's trying to climb out and get up on that ladder. The other is kind of beneath it, nudging it up and grabbing at you with its claws. We go to the top of the order here. Edda, and then Davin on deck.
All right, I will make another attack against these green beans.
Go for it.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
crit fail. Is that?
Somebody-
Yep, it's a crit fail.
If somebody didn't nudge the table. Am I right?
I side-eye glare at my companion, like, watch yourself.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Davin. That'd be Andrew.
I think you're muted.
Can
Andrew.
I try and shove one of these shrimp out of the water? Are they that much out attacking?
The one that was attacking Thon is
Yeah.
trying to get on top of her. So, yeah, you could probably
I wanna
grab
try
it,
and
pull it
shove
backwards.
it so
Yeah.
it comes out of the tank. Yeah, like yank it out of the water.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, I suck at this, but I think it would be what I would do.
Good.
4.
A 12. So it's going to just kind of brush you away and continue its assault on Thon.
I
We
like
go-
stagger back and curse a little bit.
This Davin, he's making deals with devils, can't handle a shrimp. We go to Thon, and then Josie on deck.
Okay. I am going to try to just stick it again with my dagger.
And this time you could make your bonus attack with the other one if you want.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so first a 19 to hit.
That'll hit, and you get sneak attack.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we do 10 damage base, and
Yep.
then plus sneak attack is another 3, so that's 13.
Actually, I think
Damage.
I think that was the total with sneak attack, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I think it is because it's got the 4 plus 6. Yeah, I think that's it. It looks like it rolled
Oh.
your sneak, which was 6, and your piercing, which was 4, and it added together for you.
oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. Well, thank you, Roll20.
Yeah.
Or whatever, D&D Beyond. Okay, so then 10 damage. And then
And
as
you're-
a bonus action, I'm gonna do my Hungry Jaws
Ooh.
action. So as a lizard folk, I make a special attack with my bite. If it hits, it deals normal damage, and I gain plus 2 temporary HP.
Oh, you're taking an early snack here.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Josie's been eating it up, and I'm just getting hungry and hungrier watching her just munch away.
Ha. I guess
so-
lizard folk would be fine eating raw shrimp, right?
Yeah, it's just that where I grew up, where Thon grew up, is just so much fish and shellfish all the time. It, like, got old pretty quick. But like, you know what? It's acceptable.
Gotcha.
So, Hungry Jaws, we got a 15 to hit,
And the damage?
and the damage is 5.
Wow. Okay, so Michelle, you actually kill the prawn.
Yeah.
Cool.
How do you do it? What does it look like? I know you're biting it, but what are you?
Yeah,
How would it look?
okay, so yeah, I'll stick it once in the side of the head and I will say, I'm sorry, brother, but we're hungry. I'm trying to make this quick for you. I stick it in the head and then I see that it's still kind of squirming a bit and I say, oh, my bad. And then I'll kind of like yank it towards me and just like bite its whole face off.
Nice. So yeah, so you attack it, you bite it, and you rip it off. Like some people do eat the eyes and everything. You probably just gnaw that right off like a lizard
when
folk
you're
would.
living in the sewer, you can't be picky. You just gotta eat whatever you can find, you know? So just bite the face off. This was a delicacy when I was a kid. And then I'll start hauling the body over to the walk.
Awesome. So I'd say at the prawn's body is pretty heavy, so you'd move at like a slow pace if you're taking it by yourself. So for right now, since Andrew went already, you can move yourself 15 feet.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then, I'm presumably dragging the prawn along with me.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah. I
can't
can
move
move
that.
it for you. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Move this prawn along. Okay. There you go. Andrew, you see, you tried to Eldritch Blast. You tried to grab this thing, no avail, and then Thon just takes a bite out of Crime and drags it down the steps past you. We go to Josie, and Ed is on deck.
Can I see if you said that the Dragonborn was successful in his chopping skills?
Yeah, he's successful. In fact, you can see him. He's making fine work out of these green beans. Just chopping, moving them around again, repositioning, chopping.
Is he using any sort of like special technique that I could try to copy and get advantage?
Sure. Give me a insight check to see if you can see how he's doing it.
Mm-hmm. 10.
It looks like he's just giving it a good hack. I mean, he's trying to organize them first and do it, but nothing crazy. So I wouldn't
Okay.
say you gain any extra insight.
Okay, I will try again. 11.
And 11 hits.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so I'll start chopping
What, you
them.
think
Maybe
that- You think the green beans have a dexterity score?
Who knows? Who knows? Do I need to roll damage?
Yes.
Okay.
8.
8. Yes.
You chop them up finely, but you need to chop them up a little more. They're not ready for the cake. So
Okay.
yeah, it's at this point that one of the other characters, what looks like a more heavily armored character, a cleric of sorts, comes over and says, "Hello there. May I borrow this?" And he starts to grab some of your cake batter and the green beans from your cutting board. What do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Well, there's one lot. There's enough to go around.
This is the cleric from the other party, right?
Yeah. You see, he's got a morning star on his side,
Yeah.
a holy symbol of Lathander. Looks like a very religious, devout fellow.
No, this is ours. You can go use your own.
Well, I'm sure there's
I'll
enough
try
to
to
go
block
around.
him from taking it.
Give me an athletics check. He's going to try to grab the beans.
I can do that.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, you're able to fend off the intruder, and he goes back and he says, "They won't share any of their food." And he goes back and sits down at the table. He's got a nice British accent, but I can't do it, so. Andrew, maybe you could help us. How would he sound? A defeated, would you say British cleric?
Elias.
Yeah, probably. How would he say it?
They won't share any of their food.
There you go. Just like that. That was exactly how I imagined it in my mind. All right, so we go to Edda. Top of the order, round 3.
All right, 11 to hit.
You hit as well. And
3
you,
more damage.
So you're at 6 with your green beans, right?
Yep, and you said I had 3 hit points left.
Gotcha. No, sorry, I didn't say 3 hit points
Oh, you
left.
said 3. Okay, I understand.
3 was the total that you had put on it before, right?
Yes.
So it's 3 again, so it's going to be 6. Again, just like Josie's, they're getting to the point where they're almost ready for the cake, but not quite. All
I'll
right.
mutter, these are feisty green beans.
They are. They're hard to cut. That's for sure. We go to top of the. So that was top of the order. Davin, you see the prawn being dragged.
So I just want to help the prawn be dragged.
Okay, that's fine. So that's with the assistance.
Yeah.
You'll be able to drag this prawn at normal speed. So I'll let you move it, and I'll let Michelle move as well. So the prawn
Okay,
go
so
5,
just move
10,
it, move
15,
it towards
20,
the cooking pot.
25, 30. You're now past Edda. You pass her with the dragging the prawn.
Do we need to like chop it or?
It needs to be like cooked, so you might have to like, put it in the wok and let that go in the
Okay.
wok for a round.
Right.
But you don't need to like actually like what's the word for it? Scale it?
Yeah, right. Okay. And did you
You
move it
shell
30
it?
feet?
Yeah.
Oh, you moved it 15 and then.
I moved
got
it 30, I think, right?
Okay. Right. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
And sorry, did you say I moved with it? Or
Yeah,
am
we'll
I
just say
still-
that you two are carrying it, so you can move with it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go to you, Michelle. Thon is moving with it. You can move to your 30 feet to right here.
Okay. I will try, or I will say, Davin, help me heave it into the wok. I'm gonna try to like heave it in there.
Go for it. Give me an athletics check with advantage because you got Davin helping you.
All right. Sweet. Oh, that's 1. Give me another one. Ugh. 11. 11.
11 will do it.
Nah,
Hey,
in the
we
pot.
did it, Davin.
You toss the prawn into the pot. Hot oil splashes out. Dasha, give me a dexterity saving throw. You take 5 points of hot oil damage as you're doused with sizzling oil.
Ah. Ah! Just trying to get it off of her.
Is that the sound you make?
Yeah.
Ah! Good.
I
Excellent.
avoid eye contact.
Yeah, so do I.
This was your fault. All right, so we go to Josie at the end of this.
I guess I'm like,
Now your
Cursing.
beans are chopped pretty good.
yeah.
You
I
gonna
like,
continue using the battle axe?
yeah, hand axe. I'll brush off as much oil as I can and just like grit my teeth and try to finish the job with
Okay.
the hand axe and see how it goes. 15, okay.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Wow, what a trooper.
Oh no,
8 again.
Dasha, you've overcut your
Ugh.
beans. They're just mush. They're just mush. It's a pile of mush on the table. This can't be used. Edda probably looks at you in disgust, I'd bet.
I'm just like mad and not paying attention because I've just had hot oil splashed on me. So I'm just like, this is such a stupid challenge. Why are we doing this? She's just angry and just hacking away a little too hard.
Awesome. All right,
Not
so
having a
Edda,
great time.
it'll be Edda's turn. Edda, you see what happened to your friend. Can you salvage your beans here?
Do I salvage my beans?
You do. 6 damage will cut it, literally. You chop up your green beans to a fine size. You're able to mix it into the cake, and now you just need some cooked prawn to sprinkle in there, and there it is. At the end of round 3, you have completed the challenge, well ahead of the other group. They have some sort of a rogue who looks like their leader. He's literally in the tank. You can see him being just like swashed back and forth by the prawn, and he's like trying to grab on to the tank, but no avail. These prawns seem to be having their way with him. And that's the end of the challenge. Sid is going to call the game, and you again get cheers from the crowd that is gathered here, the hundreds of patrons. All right, You might need a breather after this, so let's get you cleaned up, get you ready for the final challenge, the Caterpillar Challenge. Ready? All right, I'm going to switch over the music here.
Did I take damage when I got hit by the hot oil?
It's 5. Yeah.
5. Okay, I didn't write that down.
5. No, 5.
damage.
Yeah.
All right.
It's scalding.
Not happy about this, but
So, while everybody's cleaning up the challenge here, and they're reminding everyone the Zungoon Seafood Market has supplied the prawns and all the other foods for this challenge. Roll a d4 for me, Opal. What'd you get?
That's a 1.
A 1? Okay. You can see the Zungoon matriarch, Kusa. You see another kobold, an adult, this time not her son, come to her and whisper something in her ear, and she looks alarmed as she then runs with that other kobold out of the fairgrounds.
Did any of my companions see that?
Just you.
Okay. I'm wondering if we need everyone for this next challenge, or if we can slyly send someone after them. Roguish-like, perhaps? I'll lean over to Thon and say, our kobold friend just left. Is it worth chasing?
Did you see which way?
Yeah,
I'll
you
point
can
in
point
the direction.
Yep, you can point the direction. Yep.
I immediately start heading in that direction. I'll catch you guys later.
Okay.
And I head out.
All right. So we'll do this in 2 parts here, but we'll start with the group. The group, you head to the final tent for this challenge here. Madam Culp's hide and seek challenge. Instead of being watched by onlookers, this tent is closed off from view. When you enter with the other party who's now got the prawn guts off of them, you can see seated at the middle of the big table in the empty tent is that wizened gnome, Madam Culp, who works amid tangles of colorful yarn. Those fuzzy kitten-sized caterpillars drowse on her, nestled in her clothing and hair just like before. The gnome peers up and says to all of the participants, "Welcome, I am Madam Culp. You are here to play hide and seek with my gentle friends." She says you have but 12 minutes to complete the challenge. If you find 4 of my caterpillars, you will win. You may enter into the next room. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. The next room goes underground. She lifts up a trapdoor, and a ladder descends into the dark. If you have dark vision, which I know Dasha, Opal, you do. Michelle, do lizard folk get dark vision?
I don't see it on my character sheet, but also I don't think I'm with those
Oh, you're not
guys
there.
because
Duh.
I ran after. Yeah.
Never
So,
mind. Andrew,
I'm
you're
good.
human, right? Andrew,
You're muted.
are you human?
I'm a tiefling, so I have dark vision.
Oh, you're a tiefling. Okay.
Yeah.
Did
don't
I
like
didn't
everyone
pick
to
that
put the
up.
stock of outsiders. It's putting me on edge, actually.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that's because I'm a tiefling or it's because I'm an outsider.
All right, so you all can see in the dark then. So no need for a light. However, someone in the other party needs a light. So they cast a light spell. But you head down into this new room. I'm going to switch over our map again. So we have a map for this challenge. Place your... This one, I just want to make sure I'm not going to mess anybody up here. I'm going to place you in the map so I don't have you go somewhere that you shouldn't. You should, if I'm not mistaken, have a light source here. And I'll put Michelle here too, just so you can see along with everyone else. Actually, no, you can see through tokens of everybody, I think. So I'll delete you.
Okay.
You can see through the tokens, I believe, because I gave everybody
Yeah.
access to them. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to switch us over here. And here we go. And I know that you're looking at my view, right? You see that on the Zoom screen, right?
Not at the moment.
Oh, really? Did I never put us back? Oh yeah. Right. Yes, I'll switch us over now. There we go. You can see me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you see this? As I sneakily put something else up here. Can you see? It might be little, but the viewers can see at home probably better. See the timer above me, below Dasha?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You have 12 minutes to complete this challenge in real time. Because of the nature of Dungeons and Dragons and being a game where we have to describe things, I will do my very best to give you descriptions as you walk in, although, to be honest, the book leaves it kind of vague. So you see plenty of things on the map, and you can tell me where you want to look. We'll go in initiative order. We don't have to roll for it. You can just tell me who would like to go first, or we can simply go in order, Dasha, Andrew, Opal, something like that. You all good with that?
Before we start,
Yeah.
is this the room with the caterpillars in it, or do we have to like explore? I see there's a
You have
door.
to explore. This is all underground.
Okay, and they can be hidden in the boxes. We wouldn't see
Right,
the token. if it were-
exactly.
okay.
So you have to tell me what you do and how
Okay.
you do it, and I will tell you if you come up with any success. I will say that because of the nature of this challenge and the timer, I will try to move as fast as I can and give you results quickly. If I have to look something up or do something, I'll pause it. All right? But if you need to look something up, I will not pause it. Fair enough?
Is the other party in this room as well?
Yep, they're searching around as well, but for all intents and purposes, they're like, they're not playing this game with you. You're playing your game. They're, they're losers, to be honest with you. Yeah. So
A quick question before we start. Since Thon is like out chasing after the Zungoons, may I speak and participate in this like challenge, or should I like mute myself?
that's a good question. I don't really care how you do it. If you want to participate, you could be a voice in the head of the group.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to be like more strict
Ooh,
with that.
you know what you
but
could do?
okay.
Here's
Yeah.
how it would work, though. You would have to tell them something that you've given them, advice in the past, that would then have to be applied to the situation. Some words of wisdom that Thon has given, and that character has remembered it at that moment.
Oh, and
Okay.
I'm gonna blow unseen servant, so you could also control my unseen servant if you want.
You could do both, or just whatever you feel comfortable with. It's hard to manage multiple things, but it's up to you.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. Okay, cool. We'll see how.
Anytime you want to
to.
interject, you tell us what words of wisdom Thon has given the group. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. The timer begins now. The room before you shows crates and various silk working tools. There's also the ladder in the center of the room and a door to the northwest. What do you do?
I'm gonna blow unseen servant, as I said, which is an action, and I'm gonna tell it to search for caterpillars.
Good. And now we broke the first rule of initiative, but that's okay, Andrew. It's okay. We'll go with you first. Then
Oh,
we'll go
was
to
I not-
Dasha. Well, we just
thought I-
said we'll just go Dasha, Andrew, Opal, but yeah, we'll go with you first.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right, so your servant starts looking. Do you want to give me perception checks for the servant?
yeah.
Go ahead.
I just use my perception. I don't know what its perception.
Yeah,
was.
that's fine. And if it's much different, we'll adjudicate. But
Oh, my perception sucks. It's probably
What'd
what
you
I
get?
think. 9.
a 9. Your servant looks around through the crates, around the chairs and tables, but doesn't come up with anything. Dasha, what do you do?
That ladder's leading down, correct?
Yeah, you just came down it. Yep.
Oh, so it's okay. There's no further way down to.
No, you came down to the
okay.
basement. Yeah.
Okay, I will go examine her silk working tools.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a either investigation or a perception check.
Let's do perception. I work with tools a lot myself. Maybe I'll figure something out.
Go for it.
20.
A 20. You search thoroughly. This there's no sign of caterpillars here. You don't see any sort of spindles or any tracks or anything like that. The tools seem like they're in place.
Okay.
Okay, we go to Opal.
Would you consider these caterpillars small or smaller
They're tiny.
animals?
Tiny.
Tiny?
Consider
Excellent.
tiny. Like a
I
small
will
cat.
cast Mage Hand, and I will pull out the green beans that I pilfered from the last challenge.
Ooh.
I will put half of them in the Mage Hand's hand and half in my own. And then I will speak with small beasts as I walk throughout the room. And I'll say, dinner! Come and get it! Dinner!
I'm digging this. No caterpillars come out of this first room. So you get the sense it's probably clear.
Okay. I will open the door if I still have that in my action.
Gotcha.
economy.
We'll open the door. The doors won't slow you down. Okay. Next, we go to Dasha. Or Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. Go
It's
ahead.
Andrew, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to go 5 through this door with my unseen servant.
Okay, I'll move your token
10,
in.
15.
You can see this is a lounge. There's plenty of sofas and chairs and a bookshelf. There's a door to the north and a door to the east.
While I run from the room, my unseen servant is going to look on this side, and I'm going to look on the other side.
Sure. So you all go to the door and you look. You can see there's another room to the right. Your servant searches. Give me a perception.
0.
Nothing under the sofa.
Can I search as my action as well as
Sure.
his
Yeah.
action? 7.
Nothing under the sofa or on that side of the room.
Okay.
Dasha.
I will walk through here to the next room. Do I see anything?
Your volume went a little low.
Sorry. Do I see anything besides the sofas in this room?
There's a bookshelf and a door to the north.
I will go check the bookshelf.
Run to it. Give me a
Yes.
perception or investigation check.
Uh-huh. 11.
Just books.
All right. I think that's... I guess I'll move a little bit more if I have
Sure.
movement
Opal.
left to...
Yeah, move your tokens.
So I'm assuming we're communicating throughout all of this.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna use my movement. Okay, I can get about here. I don't know if this is intentional, but using Davin's vision, I can see something in the corner over here. Is that something that I can see myself?
Ah, yes. There's your green beans seem to have attracted a little customer here. One of the caterpillars removes itself from the sofa and starts to move into the open.
Are the other adventurers paying attention to this, or?
They are so oblivious, it's ridiculous. They're still in the first room, searching under like the crates.
All right.
So you see the caterpillar out on the floor. Do you want to go snag it?
Yeah, if I still have movement over there, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't do any of their actions, right? So you could dash.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yep. And the little caterpillar comes right up to your hand. You tuck it away, give it some green beans.
I pet it lovingly.
Aw. Nice. You have achieved one caterpillar. Let's continue. We go to Andrew. And Michelle, I'm going to pause the clock for a second. Any words of wisdom from Thon?
I suppose Thon would have said, just always check behind.
Ooh. Always check behind you. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
and behind things.
Oh,
But yeah, I guess behind you too.
things. Behind you
Yeah.
and behind things. We go to Andrew.
So my guy's going to move 5, 10, 15, and he wants to go for the door. Oh, 20.
Which door?
25, 30. I just moved me. Can you see? I just...
Yep, I see you. Yep.
And then I'm going to search this area. I guess I'll search under this table, and the unseen servant can search. Is it a bookcase? This bookcase here.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me see here for a second. Let's see. That bookshelf? Go ahead. Give me a check.
14.
You find a caterpillar. Not
Hey.
under that bookshelf, because that's a sofa. But
Oh.
right next to it, there's a caterpillar on the floor sensing the smell of the green beans. And it's crawling over past you, under this table here.
Can I try and grab it?
Give me a. How are you gonna grab it? Like you're gonna snag it?
Yeah.
Give me a acrobatics check or a sleight of hand.
15.
All right, you pick the little bugger up. You got him.
Okay, great. So that's
That's
the
2.
unseen servant found it and I snagged it, so that's my actions. I'm done.
Dasha.
I'll move through this room, and is this another door?
That is another door there. Yes, correct.
Okay, I think I can make it in there, and I guess I'll check under the cushion of this sofa that's right next to the door.
Go for it. Give me a perception or investigation.
Nat 20.
Okay. You are throwing cushions around, but you hear something over to the side. There's like wood planks on the floor, and they make a little noise as looks like one of them topples over. You hear that audibly.
To which side? To right here?
To the right. Right here.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any more movement?
Let's see. I think maybe like 5 more feet, but I don't think it was much more.
I'm
than
missing
that.
the action here. There we go. Okay, so no, then probably that's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Opal.
So I lost my vision. I'm in a dark room.
Oh, I'll pause the clock and fix your vision.
Thank you.
What happened? Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason your token didn't have night vision on. I don't know why. Give you plenty. You have 60 foot at least, right?
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Better?
Much better.
Much
okay.
better.
Is this the door right here as well?
That's a door, yep.
Okay, I will make my way over there, open it, move my mage hand throughout. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I think I can dash to this door as well and open
Yeah,
it.
you could, yeah.
Okay.
This door here opens up into a long room that is basically the length of the entire bottom floor. Yeah, you see it there, right?
Yes, and I still have my mage hand out, but I think I've used all my movement, so that's my turn.
Okay. We go to Andrew.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go. I'm moving my token 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to dash 35. I'm going to tell my unseen servant to dash with me 35,
Okay.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I'm there.
Gotcha.
That's all I can do with my dashing.
Okay, that's fine. You move into the big long room. You can see a door to the north and crates, sofas, plenty of tables. We go to Dasha.
It came from this direction again?
From this direction right here. To the right where those boards are on the floor.
Ah, over here. I will make my way over here and check by the boards.
Yep, give
Perception.
me a... Yep,
15.
15. Is that a 23 as well? Or is that the last one you read?
That was my last one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can see under the boards crawling is another caterpillar. It looks a little confused and lost, this one.
Aw. I'll put my hand out for it. Come here, little one.
You want to
It
use
was
like an
lost.
animal handling check to pick it up?
Yeah, sure, let's try that.
Go for it.
3.
Yeah, you put your hand out and it still like moves around the boards trying to climb up on top of these wood planks. So it's not coming towards you.
Okay.
All right. We go to Edda.
Okay, I'll use my movement to get through this door. I'll stand in between the doorway and I'll use Speak with Animals again. My mage hand kind of using its 60 feet to go around.
Sure. Give me a...
And I'll say... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, give me an animal handling check and then we'll see what comes out. And then you could say what you say as well.
Oh, crit fail.
Oh, but I'm
I'll
going to give you
say,
advantage
come
on
eat.
this because of the food.
Okay. Animal handling. Whoops. Goodness. 6. We're not
What do you
so
say?
great.
What do you suggest to the caterpillar?
I'll say, eat. Come eat food.
Intense moment of contemplation for the caterpillar. But no caterpillar shows up right now. We go to Andrew. 142 left.
Me and the unseen servant are gonna search around this room.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Perception. This is the unseen servant. And this is me. 10 and a 6.
The unseen servant believes that one of these crates to the left seems to have something moving in it, but it can't see it.
So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move over there.
Okay.
But
1
I
minute,
can't.
9 seconds left. We go to Dasha.
I'm gonna try to just scoop up the caterpillar.
Okay, give me a athletics check or acrobatics, sleight of hand. Ooh, it's
21.
You got it. You just use grab him. 50 seconds left. Edda.
I move back in here, 5, 15, 20, 25. Same thing. Do you want me to roll an animal handling?
So it seems like something's in a crate, and the crate is closed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will try to pop off crate tops.
Give me a athletics check.
Oh boy.
Do you have any tools to help you here? Crowbar?
I've got my quarterstaff. Oh, 21. Look at
Yeah,
that.
you use
Old
your
granny.
quarterstaff, pry open. The poor caterpillar wants to get out, but it couldn't. It got stuck in this crate somehow.
Pick it up.
You pick it up. Well, yeah, you have the food? Yeah, it'll come
do.
to you. Yes, it'll come to you. You grab the caterpillar. You have 4. 7 seconds left. You run
So
to the
we-
outside?
Yeah, we just run as fast as
Okay.
we can. Go up the
All right. I would say that's a success, honestly. Yeah, the
Ooh,
timer. Yeah, you got the 4.
That was amazing, guys.
You got the 4. The Madam Culp calls down from the top and says, "All right, now everyone, come, show me what you have." And you head to the ladder, and you pass in the first hall. Let's go back down. Move your tokens down to the first hall. Actually, I could take the I was gonna say I could take the lighting off here, but in this first hall, you can see the other crew of adventurers here bickering and arguing with each other, especially the leader of the group and the Dragonborn. Just they seem to be really bitter with each other, and they climb up begrudgingly. Haven't found any caterpillars. So, nice job, everybody. That was, I think it was, what was, do you see that? 7 seconds, I think, on the clock?
Mm-hmm.
7 when you got the last caterpillar? Nice job. I'm going to move us back to the market games here. Here we go. All right, so you get up, and you're the ones who emerge victorious. Sid the Squid calls out you that you've won all of the challenges, and the other group didn't win any of them. Reminds everyone of your names, and the crowd cheers, and everyone celebrates. You get vouchers for market food, and basically you can eat for free tonight at any stall, basically, is what this means. And you get like a little discount for goods. While you're celebrating, Thon is sneaking around the Dinsing market. Do you want to do this stealthily, Michelle, or do you want to just make it known that you're following the kobold?
I would like to do this as stealthily as possible.
Okay, excellent. Give me a stealth check.
Sure. Ooh, a 12.
Okay, a 12. The kobold seems to be very preoccupied with what's going on, so you go unnoticed. You head and follow through the streets to the Zungun market stall, and you can see that there is a fire that is being put out. They have a very large market stall. It's like honestly almost the size of the arena that you're in for the battle prawns. But there's a small fire that looks like it's under control at this point. Zungun and some of the other workers there, kobolds are chatting as you approach.
Okay, I am. They're chatting, so I'm just gonna like stay in the shadows, and I'm going to see how many of them, like, what's their tone? Do they seem relaxed, or are they like actively trying to put out this fire?
Oh, they were actively trying to put it out, and they seem angry. You can listen in from across the street of the market and hear Kusa say, "It's Tienmo! I know it! Those investigators, they won't be able to find any information soon enough. We'll be out of business. Or worse, this whole place could be burned down."
Who is she talking to?
To the other kobold workers
Ah,
that are
okay.
putting out the fire with her. It's at this
Okay.
point a smoldering, smoking fire, but
All right. I would like to look around at the vicinity, kind of just the area. Do I see anybody else here?
Give me a perception check.
How's a nat 20 for you?
What? You don't see anyone, but you hear something. You look around. You can see that the street, in the street, there's little tiny footsteps, like little pitter patter, and you see from the corner of your eye what looks to be a persimmon floating in the air, and slowly it is being peeled and then dropped on the floor.
And it's floating in the air how far
About
from
1
the
foot
ground?
off the ground.
1 foot off the ground. Okay, I see. It's just standing still.
It was, and then the peel was discarded.
Is it the same fruit that I found?
The persimmon,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And
okay,
you
would know
also
that.
see some juice dripping down on the floor as well, but there's no source that you see it coming from.
Okay. And these footsteps that I see on the ground, in what direction do they lead?
They weren't footsteps, but a little
Okay.
pitter-patter of sound of foot.
Oh, gotcha. So I only heard it.
You
I
heard
didn't,
it,
like, see.
you looked, and you saw the persimmon floating in the air.
Okay, cool. So I mean, I just want to take a mental note of where exactly the persimmon is in this moment.
Yep, you could get the peel, because the peel's been discarded.
Well, I don't want to step out of the shadow. I
Fair
definitely want
enough,
to
yes,
stay
it's in
hidden.
the street. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, but I note that it's like the same. Oh, that's the thing that Devin found. Okay, so I guess I want to wait and see kind of. I presume someone's standing there holding the persimmon, eating it. So I want to wait and see if they start to walk away with the persimmon, like if the persimmon starts to float away, or does it just kind of like disappear?
Yeah,
on
the
spot?
sound disappears, and the creature or whatever was there that was clearly manipulating the persimmon is gone.
Uh-huh.
You don't hear anything, you don't see anything. The persimmon is discarded, juice has been spilt.
Okay. I would like to. I have in my pack, I have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings. I'd like to take this bag and I'm going to kind of like prepare myself to like move quickly. I'm just gonna whoosh, like cover the street in front of me with ball bearings and then just like dash into the next shadow or something.
Ooh, I like it.
If
Give
you
me
will, if you will allow it, I don't know.
Oh
if
yeah,
that's
I'll
too
allow
much.
it. Yeah, no. Well, this is really not combat, so you give me a. Let's say. What do you think is fair here? Would it be like an athletics check to guide the balls all over the street, like to throw them in like an array, or would that be more of like a dexterity check? 'Cause it's like a range thing,
Ooh.
like a sleight of hand. It's not a sleight of hand, but I would say just give me a straight up dexterity roll then.
Just dexterity. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I was gonna say like acrobatics or something, but
Why don't we do it just so you can? Well, actually, you might not probably proficient with this. Your ball bearing technique. I don't know. So let's just do it straight up dexterity.
all right. Cool. It's a 17.
I mean, ball bearings just spray out in all directions, covering the areas of the street, the marketplace, and you hear the sound of tiny little wings flapping as the ball bearings approach the center of the street where the persimmon was.
Fascinating. Okay.
And then
all right.
you can see the kobolds look around, but give me another stealth check, see if you can hop back in the shadows.
Sure. Ooh, an 11.
You feel like one of the kobolds has spotted you. Kusa has seemed to have seen, maybe not you, but she's like, look, over there. Is that, it must be Lamai. Quick, run to the shadows. And two of the kobolds start to run towards your direction.
Okay. Cool. Then at this point, I'm probably going to disengage from
Yeah,
the
book it.
situation and
Yeah.
try to get back to my
Yeah.
teammates, my comrades, my friends, whatever. Yeah.
They're
Stealthily.
little feet, so you can run faster than them. So you just if you book it, they'll never catch up to you. With the head start you have, they'll never catch up to
Yeah, man. Some
you.
might even call me a marathon runner. I don't know.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So you run, you book it, and Thon gets back to the market games as everyone is applauding you and cheering you on and presenting the prizes. Sounds fair?
Yep, I'll step next to my friends and I'll just act cool. Everything is normal. Yeah, and I'll
Woo.
just celebrate along with everyone else as if I was there the whole time.
Nice. All right, everybody, come together. Discuss. What do you do?
I'm gonna tell these guys what I saw and all my observations, like 1 foot tall, small footstep sounds, juicy persimmon, wings, all the everything.
And do you reveal what happened in the caterpillar game?
We won.
We found the caterpillars, but what was the commotion that you went to see?
The kobolds, there was a fire at their stall and they were blaming the Zungoons.
Tianma.
Yeah, they're
The kobolds are the
blaming-
Zungoon, yeah.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
The Tianmos, right. And then I described the whole scene. They were angry. And so I think that there's somebody who is able to make themselves invisible who played a hand in this. And so you guys, you know magic, right? You know that magic stuff. If somebody made themselves invisible, would you be able to detect that magic?
I could if they were within a certain range of me.
Then I think we should go hang out around the gnomes a little more. And the small people. Sorry, no offense. And I look at Edda like,
How did you know they were there if they're invisible? You said because they were eating a fruit?
yes, it was as if the fruit was being eaten right in front of you, and everything was there except for the one eating the fruit.
Well, if you remember, I did find a persimmon fruit by the gnome store, by the Tinamo store.
Then do you think perhaps it is in fact a third party? Perhaps a magical third party?
Well, it could have bought the onions from the one store to the t'other, which resulted in that confusion also.
All right, dudes. Come on, give it up. You did great. Sid the squid comes in, and he's like, so what are you going to do now? With all your glory and renown?
Can I blow detect magic surreptitiously on him?
Yeah, go ahead. You start casting Detect Magic. Is right on. You cast that spell, bro.
Do I detect any magic?
No. I mean, he's just a magical being, to be honest. So,
Mhm.
but no, other than his magical charm, no magic at all. And he says, "All right, so now you said you had something really important you wanted to chat about.
Are we more in a private area now, or are we
people have-
still the center of attention?
People are leaving the market games area, the fairgrounds area. So, but there's a lot of people still about. If you'd like to chat in a more private area, you could go to his battle prawn place. They're about done cleaning it up.
Is the other party still around?
No,
Edmund.
they've put their tail between their legs and ran.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You head over to the battle prawn stall, and you can see the prawns are, removed. The place has been cleaned up. You're in a quiet setting. There are still people in the distance, because this is an open air tent, but nobody could hear you. There's nobody next to you. All right, so what's this important news?
Well,
On, would you like to ask some questions?
yes, you've seen the creature. Or not seen.
Is there a
leaving?
great presence of magic in the community of this market?
Not that I know of, no. I mean, other than my magical charm.
Ha. Are there Are there many gnome families in this market?
Right on.
Besides,
Yeah, right on. Yeah. I mean, look, you're a gnome, and points to Opal's character. Plenty of gnomes around here. Yeah, the Tianmo noodles shop. I mean, some rad noodles. Yeah.
are the Tianmos the only gnomes?
No, I think Madame Culp is gnome.
Okay.
I gnome a few.
Haha. And do any of these gnome families have any pets or any animal companions that you know of?
I mean, a lot of people have cats because, well, you know, the rats.
Oh, I know all about the rats. Trust
Yeah.
me.
One time in my street cart, I mistook some rat for some meat, and oh, tell you what, people weren't too happy about that.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right on.
So any other pets that you know about besides the cats?
No, but is this about pets? That's the important news.
I believe I may have witnessed something that has some weight with the issue that we're trying to solve here regarding this vandalism and the thievery that's been going on.
Yeah, the Zungoon and the Tianmos. Yeah, everybody knows about that.
Yeah, we think that maybe there's somebody, a third party, who's framing them and causing these issues.
Far out. No way.
And then I just like look back at my friends to make sure like he's definitely not magical, right? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if you could help us find somebody, and then like somebody who's capable of, and then I described the whole scene that I saw.
Yeah. You describe the persimmon scene?
Oh,
Is that what you're saying or no?
yeah, like just everything that I saw. Like I saw a floating persimmon, a foot off the ground.
Okay, so you unload on Sid the Squid.
Yeah, just I
Gotcha.
tell him everything. Like, who loves persimmons and is small?
He says, "No way." He says, "That's crazy. We don't even have persimmons here in the market.
You don't have persimmons?
They're not native to this area, man."
Where do they come from?
Outside.
Where are the closest persimmons?
Outsiders have to bring them in through the Citadel.
Through the Citadel.
Yeah, persimmons. Oh man, I'd kill for a persimmon.
Are there any other items of produce that also have to be brought in from the outside? Any other fruits or vegetables?
I mean, I know some of the Spicy Bros peppers come from outside the Citadel.
I thought they grew their peppers here.
Most of them, yeah. But some of those real spicy ones, like you got there, yeah.
Josie's gonna quickly call the group over to kind of huddle up away from Sid the Squid. So listen, I may not be a private investigator, but I have a theory. I may not know much. But the persimmons come from out of town. Some of the peppers come from out of town. What do the two feuding families have to lose? Their businesses.
Their
One of them
stores, their position.
One of them might have to leave. What were the Spicy Bros complaining about? Not being able to open a second store unless a family leaves. I may not be a private investigator, but this seems pretty clear to me. She's munching on another skewer stick that she got somewhere.
So Josie, was Vi there the whole time that you guys were in that last challenge? Do you know? Did you see Vi, Arun?
I don't know. We were in a dark basement looking for caterpillars, so I cannot say. Bob, would Vi have been out with everyone else when we emerged from the...
Yes, Vi and Kasim were there, but the fire must have happened prior to the caterpillars because I think Michelle, you went there while they went to the so the fire was going on before this.
Okay. So I'll say they were out when we came out, but before that, I couldn't tell you. Maybe they were far away trying to make things spicy at this market.
You do see Vi, Arun. He's cleaning up his pepper stall, as well as Madame Culp. She's still in her caterpillar hide and seek death trap. And who else is around here? Sid. Yeah, those are the people you've met that are here. The Tianmos are not here. The Zungun are not here.
How high off the ground was the persimmon?
About a
From the
foot.
invisible,
About a foot.
About a foot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was being eaten at that height.
Peeled and eaten.
Okay.
I'm gonna
there-
walk over to Vi whenever.
How tall are you, Opal? How
finishes.
tall is Edda?
I think about 3 feet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me check.
So yeah, that'd be small. That'd be smaller for even a gnome to eat at that height.
Are there any winged kobolds? I mean, like, is that a thing?
There are. You've probably seen them in your travels, but you haven't seen any of the Zungun of the winged variety.
Perhaps we should follow the V and Kasim people.
I'd like to speak to them privately. Actually, I have an idea.
Sure. Do you want to approach them?
Yeah. I'll casually stroll up to them and I'll say,
Can I come with you?
"Oh, of course, of course.
The whole group, I assume, is traveling together, right?
Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So I'll walk up to them and I'll say, "Well, I may not. Spicy peppers are not my usual diet, but I must say I was quite impressed with the quality of your peppers. They really, added some heat to my day. So thank you for that. That was a fun experience, and I, again, must say they're very good quality. I myself recently have come into some gold, and I'm looking for some investment opportunities. So if you were ever interested in expanding your shop, maybe opening a second location, maybe franchising,
Give me
I'd be interested."
give me a deception check.
Okay. It's not going to be good.
We did come into some gold, though.
Oh,
Call out.
19.
I was saying, okay,
Ooh.
perfect. 19. Yeah, you did come in some gold. Yeah.
Yeah, I just come in so yeah.
You did. It's not a lie entirely.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why the fate rolled you 19 here.
Yes, exactly.
Vi looks at you and he's putting away some cases of peppers and he says, "You did good today, and thank you for the compliments and kind words. My fiance also loves the spicier variety peppers. Perhaps that's why she's agreed to marry me." No, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be moving away very soon. I'm to be married, as I mentioned, and we're going to be moving to my new wife's homeland, outside of this region. We're going to be going through the Citadel to the Forgotten Realms.
And what is her homeland? Where does she come from?
She comes from Baldur's Neverwinter Waterdeep.
I'd love.
How curious. She
She
must
comes
be
from generic
she must-
fantasy setting number 47.
she must be a
Meet
looker
her.
if she's enticed you to move away from your brother and your business. She must be beautiful.
Of course she is. Yes, thank you. And getting married and moving to a distant land is not exactly what I had planned with my life. Of course, everyone expects us to stay here forever and pass on our stalls to the next generation, but I don't believe this life is for me much longer. I told Kasim that he would be fine running the entire facility, but he has his doubts. He's not as outgoing and forward as I am.
Is he going to come? Is Kasim going to come with you?
Well, I know that when you get married, sometimes you marry a family, but no, he's not coming with us.
So what's he going to do?
I hope he's going to be just fine here with the Spicy Bros on his own.
But it will not. It will not be the Spicy Brothers. It will be the Spicy Brother.
Look, I mean,
bro.
yes, in theory it would be one less brother, but he's very capable. He didn't take the news rather well, but I told him it's a new opportunity for him. He'll be fine. He's worked here his whole life. He just needs to get a bit more confidence, and I think he'll be able to complete it. In fact, I just sent him on a supply run out through the Citadel a few weeks ago. He came back with some glorious peppers.
Oh, where do you get your peppers from? The ones from outside the Citadel.
My wife's village in Baldur's Neverwinter Gate.
Are they much known for their produce?
Yes, of course. Only the finest produce for the spicy bros.
I see. And do they specialize in peppers? That must be why your fiance loves you so much.
Various
because of the
fresh
peppers.
produce, fruits, vegetables, yes.
I heard in Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, they grow very good persimmon fruit. And I look at him as he says,
Is that the way you pronounce it, or is that a British way to pronounce persimmon?
persimmon?
Wait, we got to run back the tape on this. Persimmon.
I can't say it.
Yeah.
Fruit.
It's possible. I'm not a persimmon expert, but I believe they're pronounced persimmon. But
Perry Simon.
Perry Simon. But you've done such a fantastic job in the challenges. I hope you have a wonderful journey through the Dinsing market, and come back again when you want to try another pepper. By the way, Opal, I should have told you this. After like 10 minutes, you're not seeing skulls on people's faces anymore, so everyone looks relatively back to normal.
I'll say to Vi, when are you to be married?
Next month, coming up soon.
In the gnomish tradition, it is great luck for a newlywed couple, or soon-to-be newlywed couple, to be blessed by an elder gnome such as myself. Might I meet your wonderful bride?
Ah, she is back in her homeland, and I'm headed there at the end of the month to meet her. Or to be with her. They do know each other.
Such a shame you shall not be blessed. That is quite bad luck.
It is a shame. It is a shame, but perhaps the Spicy Bro Pepper Challenge champions could come to the reception.
Perhaps.
If there's no further questions, I will pack the rest of my stall up.
I'd like to talk to Kasim. Is he around?
You know, he's not. Where did he go? He looks around. Oh boy, my brother. He'll have to learn the lesson of hard work and elbow grease when I'm gone.
Hey, you're saying he's lazy.
No. I took care of most of the things for him. You know, it's what bigger brothers do.
And what was he primarily in charge of?
He would keep records, stock. I'm
Was
more
he
of the culinary expert and the face of the business.
Would he do the orders from abroad?
He
the
would, but
pepper?
I would most of the time go on the journeys myself. It's actually how I met my wife, on a supply run once.
But you said that recently
We both grabbed
to
for
the
the same
Citadel.
pineapple, and it was love at first fruit. So
We're not at his shop currently, is that
no,
correct? We're at
you're in the
his-
fairgrounds. Yeah,
I think we should go check out his shop before he goes back to his shop.
Yes.
gotcha.
Agreed.
And just before you end your conversation, you can see Madame Culp walking with very large, heavy crate in her hand, trying to maneuver this through the fairgrounds to her shop.
I can help her. I'll be back. And I'll walk up to her and offer Mage Hand 10 pounds worth of help.
Oh, it takes the load off. Thank you.
You had a beautiful home, or shop, or wherever we were. I loved your basement.
What's funny enough is that's just like apparently a fairground tent with an underground basement that gets set up when they do these games. I don't know the logic behind this, but I'm not an architect or an engineer, but I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But it's definitely not her permanent shop.
I was particularly fond of your caterpillars. They're quite nice to me.
They seem fond of you as well, and you can see the ones that are on her shoulder, like wiggling their feelers in the air at you.
What have you to cart back to your establishment from here? Are these your caterpillars?
She has the caterpillars. She has a few crates of silks. She's carrying one of the heavier ones right now.
Okay. Have you heard any rumors, such as I have heard, of V moving out of the city?
Yes, the Pepper Bro. Yes, he's leaving.
Or Vi?
Yes, Vi. He's leaving. To be married. Beautiful woman.
But gnome to gnome, what do you really think?
I don't have much thoughts on his marriage, but his brother Kasim, I'm worried about him.
He's got weird eyes. I don't know if I trust him particularly.
Yes, of course. Yes, he does seem a bit strange. I would say that his mannerisms have changed a bit. I believe he is some strange pet.
A pet, you say?
I saw him carrying crates with, cages. Just the other day.
What was inside these cages?
I would assume some sort of bird or parrot, perhaps, but...
Why could you not see it?
Oh, the cages were empty, of course. I was wondering, for my caterpillar's sake, if I had to worry of some sort of creature flying and snagging one off my shoulder, but I guess he hasn't, or at least he hasn't received it yet. Perhaps he's waiting for another shipment from beyond the Citadel.
Well, I hope my mage hand has helped. Off you go.
Oh gosh! The crate just like the full weight of it bears down on her. She's like, "I'll be fine," and she drags it.
I think we need to check out Kasim's place before anybody returns. This is urgent.
Sure. So you want to rush to the Spicy Bros? Let's see. Where is it on our map? Did I reveal that for you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'll put the Spicy Bros on the map then. Let's see here. Spicy Bros. Where are you, Spicy Bros? So it's weird. My Roll20 screen is so laggy, but the one that I have you all on is not laggy at all, which is really, really strange to me. But let's see if I can manage to get this in here. Otherwise, I'll just tell you where it is. Come on. Okay, here's the Spicy Bros. Go to the map. There you go. There's the Spicy Bros shop. So it's just outside the fairgrounds. Do you want to head to it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So you head to the Spicy Bros shop, and the Spicy Bros have it is a modest, compared to Zangoon Seafood, it is modest. And the building, you can see looks like it's closed up. It's a shop. It's not something that's like completely airtight. It's not a building. It's all these places are, small little, shops that can be brought up and down if necessary. Inside, though, you see plenty of crates of peppers, and Kasim is not in sight. It does look like it's roped off, closed off. In order to get in, you'd have to climb over this like little wall that's kind of they put up around the shopkeep area. There's a little doorway, but it looks like they probably board this place up. Like a mall type hut boards up their area. This is what's going on here.
As we approach, I look at the others and I whisper that he can make himself invisible. So keep your ears open. And I make the hushing motion and go like that.
I'm not sure if he can make himself invisible or he has an invisible pet.
Oh.
Let me see, and I'm gonna blow detect magic again, which I can do for free.
You do not detect magic.
I do not detect magic.
You do not.
Let's investigate. It may
You
not be.
want to break in?
Yeah.
You can hop over the little fencing, this little wall that they've got that keeps people out. You want to do that?
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, so you hop over. Is everybody doing this, or is some people staying out of the hut?
I can keep watch. I'm not great at moving over walls.
I can also keep watch and stall him. If he approaches, I will start talking to him about investment opportunities, so you all can hear this discussion very loudly and make yourselves hidden.
Sure.
I will go inside. Stealthily. Is it a little gnome-sized wall?
No, but
Oh,
these
okay.
are humans, the spicy bros.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So you enter into the shop. Those of you who stay outside, you stay outside. But I think it's Davin and Thon, right? Yeah. So you hop in, and you can see that there's peppers stored all over the place. There's just a tiny little stall. There's one like front room and one back area that's like kind of, cartoned off. But you can get to the back, just hop over the little pile of crates that are there. And in the back, hidden from sight, are 3 tiny little cages. They look like they're bird cages. They are empty. But there are persimmons stacked up, persimmon peels stacked up below the cages and inside them. And there's also a crate of persimmons kind of underneath some peppers in the back behind the far wall.
Can I grab a bunch of persimmons?
Yeah.
Persimmons.
Yeah, you open a crate of persimmons? Sure.
Yeah, I want to put a few in my pockets, and then I want to put one in each cage
Okay.
and see what happens.
You open the cage, and it feels weightless. You can move it around. You could feel around in it, place some persimmons in there. Each cage containing 1.
And then I shut the cage's doors, and nothing eats the persimmons. There's no invisible creature in there.
No.
I'll take the persimmons back out of the cages and put them in my pocket.
Gotcha. What do you do, Michelle?
I think I'm going to take some persimmon. I'm gonna crack one open and then leave it inside one of the cages.
Juicy.
And then what? Sorry?
Yeah, juicy. A juicy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to sink into the shadows. I'm going to wait a bit.
You want to do a stealth check?
Yeah. I also want to listen very closely to see if I can hear the sound of flapping wings.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a perception.
Okay. So, so a 9 on stealth. And then
9?
a 17 on perception.
Gotcha. You don't hear wings, but what you do hear with the 17 is voices. Familiar voices. Lamai Tienmo is shouting. And you hear the cries of Kusa Zangun as they are clearly arguing in the street, in the fairgrounds. You're all kind of close to it, so I'd say since Dasha and Opal are really close, you're still on the street area, you can hear this without the check. Michelle, you hear the shouting outside, and Andrew, you're oblivious as you're checking out the cages and watching them. But you hear this shouting going on, and you almost hear as though there are more voices that you don't know shouting as well. Kind of like a group shouting match. What do you do?
I'm gonna peek out the window at Etta and Josie to see how they're reacting.
What do you two do?
I can head over. Do you want to stay here or do you want to head over?
I will stay here and keep guard.
Okay.
Okay, so you see Etta just kind of walk a little into the fairgrounds again, and you can see there's a whole crew of kobolds and a whole crew of gnomes, the Tienmo family and the Zangun family, and they are arguing with each other. It's way more visceral this time. They're getting in each other's faces. It looks as though a brawl is about to break out.
If I shout, will they be able to hear me through their own shouting?
I don't know. Might have to be pretty convincing. You want to give me some sort of what would we use here? You want to get their attention. Do you have any thaumaturgy to increase the volume like Andrew did?
No, minor illusion. I can do something, I don't know, maybe something scary.
Let's do that. Yeah. What do you want to create?
So in a 5-foot cube, I'll do it right above them. I'll or like right in between them, I suppose. I'll just do like a scary. I'll do a 5-foot version of myself, right in between them, with just like a very like stern face.
That
And
is
then,
big.
like, mouth, finger to the mouth, like.
Oh, like a silence? You want
Yeah.
Nice. So this massive 5-foot, which is like double your height, of a gnome appears with their hand like this, and everyone is kind of like, What's going on? What Tienmo magic is this? You gnomes can't be trusted." And the Tienmo family are also shocked because they don't know what's going on, and you can hear the shouting kind of die down. Michelle and Andrew, you hear that as well. But then some other people like Sid the Squid get involved, and they're trying to break up the fight. What are you doing in the hut?
What am I doing in the hut?
Yeah. What are you doing in the hut?
So I've heard the commotion now.
Yeah.
Is anyone around in the hut? Is there anything obvious
Just
to look
Michelle.
at?
Just Michelle.
Mhm.
Give me what's your passive perception?
It's like 9.
A 9. And Michelle, you were actively looking, so give me another perception check.
Sure. A 6.
A 6. No, but you
Not
look
feeling very
back,
perceptive.
and it looks like the persimmon is gone.
The whole
I
crate?
gesticulate to Devin.
The one persimmon that Michelle split.
Ah,
What do you say to Davin?
I'm trying to stay quiet, so I'm just like gesticulating wildly, like flailing my arms in the air and then like pointing at the cage
Gotcha.
to convey the message.
Yeah,
there was
Davin,
a
the persimmon is
it is
gone.
gone.
the persimmon is gone. Invisible thing.
Now the shouting gets louder outside, and at this point you can hear clearly just the two matriarchs talking. Kusa says, "I know you burned down our shop, or tried to at least, if we didn't have way more kobolds working at our stall than you have gnomes, because ours is so much bigger and better at Tienmo Seafood, or excuse me, Zungun Seafood. You tried, and you failed. Oh, look! I bet you our investigators have found evidence as well. Come, Edda, where's your group? Where's your party?"
They will come when you two are done bickering. Are you ready to listen, or are you going to show less gratitude than I've ever seen before and continue to shout over me?
They both look at each other, they squint their eyes, and they look and they say, "Fine, we'll listen."
Now
What
you
have you
have hired
discovered?
us, and I raise my voice so that hopefully my party can hear as well, because I think I'm in out of my depth. But I'm also a very proud, stout woman who will continue to talk until I can't talk anymore. So I'll start shouting things like, "You two fight each other, and us tiny creatures, or us littler creatures, feel like we have to fight against each other. But you have no idea who would stand to benefit from both of you losing business, do you?" And I'm like trying to like motion for my party to come, because hopefully they found something that I'm kind of shooting blindly for.
Can
I'll
I
say-
come over?
What do you? Yeah, you coming over?
Yeah.
Yeah, move your tokens back to the middle. Actually, to
Okay.
be honest, we can forego the map here. We're not on it, so tell me what you do, Michelle.
Well, I wanted to, like, when I hear Edda raising her voice, I kind of recognize, like, oh, something's happening, I have to go. So I'm gonna, like, leap to the cage where the persimmon was and just, like, slam the door shut. I don't know if something's in there. I'm just gonna slam the door shut. I'm gonna grab the cage. And then I'm going to, like, sprint out of the hut towards where I heard Edda's voice coming from.
Michelle, you
Yeah.
hear a squeal when you grab the cage. A tiny little squeal, almost like a squirrel type, like little chittering. It's like, and then you shake it as you're running, and you can feel something thudding inside.
Okay. All right. I try to stabilize it as much as I can. I mean, I'm still sprinting, but I'm trying to sprint
Sure.
smoothly. And yeah, I arrive at the others and I tell them, I got it. I found it. I found it.
I'm still stammering on, trying to keep their attention, and no one can interrupt me. But as soon as I see Thawne holding a cage, I'll say, "And here is your evidence," and I'll point toward her.
And the
Right.
the two people, the two Zangoon and Tianmo, both of them look at each other and look at the cage, and they both look and they see the empty cage, and they're like, "What is this? We've hired you to get evidence, not find some bird cage." By the way,
shush now, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I interrupt them as I interrupted you.
Go ahead.
I would like to cast Gust. I'm assuming that, like context clues, I can kind of guess what's going on.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast Gust and try to pick up some dust that hopefully covers the cage and would show a form of a creature inside of it.
Sure. Thawne, you are covered in dust, and the cage is covered in dust, and there's some sort of like, it looks like maybe like a flying squirrel type shape, and it's like moving around. It's got persimmon peels in it, and it's like holding the persimmon peels, and it seems to be running back and forth, back and forth. You also see in the distance, let's see here, who has the highest passive perception? What do we got?
9.
Mine's 14.
A 9?
I
14?
have 13.
13. So that'd be Michelle,
Like
right?
14 is the highest.
Yeah,
14 is highest, and that's
14.
Michelle? Michelle, you ran over and you saw the cage. You see now a crowd is gathered around watching this fight. They're hoping the brawl doesn't break out, except for one person. You can see by the Spicy Bros long hot table, Kasim is there. And you saw him as you were running in, and he was there, and he's got a persimmon in his hand, and he's watching the brawl, and he's putting the persimmon to his shoulder, and then the persimmon is getting slowly disappears, and he like wipes the juice off his hand, and now you're covered. You got there, you're covered in dust because as soon as you showed up, it was like, here's the evidence, bam! You get smashed with dust. You're covered with dust. And you like, get the dust out of your eyes, and you can see Kasim, his demeanor has completely changed. He's like shocked, and he starts to slowly back away from the table to go behind the hut.
I'm going to shout out in my
Well, you don't
thermatology
see this,
booming
though.
voice. Oh, I
You don't
see
see
it.
that, though.
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
No, Michelle sees it.
Can
Yeah,
I?
highest perception.
Am I still by the building, or will I? Like,
No,
could
no.
I have
I
also-
assumed when Opal said,
Yeah.
and my
Can I-
team has found evidence. You came. Yeah.
Can I start looking for him? Because I would have been on the lookout for him
Sure, go
anyway.
ahead.
Because I was standing guard. Okay. Would that be a perception check?
Yeah, it'll be perception. Yeah.
Okay.
Though to be honest, yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know if I'm gonna make you roll for this. Like if you're looking around, he's not hiding. He's in plain sight.
Do I see him starting to back away?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move towards him,
Okay.
just casually strolling over.
Gotcha. He sees you, and he turns, and he trips, falls over some sort of like there must have been like a cherry tomato on the floor. He stepped on it, slid because you know how those cherry tomatoes are, slid, and then went backwards and bumps his head, and you can hear that chittering sound again as whatever creature he was feeding seems to hop onto the table. There are plenty of other, items on the table, and you could see peppers being tossed over the shoulder of this invisible creature. Seems to be searching for another persimmon.
Can I walk up to Spicy Bro and
Kasim?
pick him up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick him up again by like his tunic.
And do I notice this now?
Yeah, I say you all see this now, and everybody
wanna-
turns to look.
And I want to shout out in my booming voice. Seize him! Seize the
Oh.
troublemaker.
Already got
Bring
him.
him here.
I'll start walking him over.
Uh-oh, Andrew, you froze, I think.
Oh, okay. Can you
Anybody
still
else
hear
seen
me?
this?
We can
Yeah.
hear you, but your faces.
I sure hope you
frozen.
don't drop out here. This will be a bad time. So, I still hear you, and you look perfect, so.
Okay, great. Well,
You look great. There you go, it's moving. Yeah.
Yay.
Andrew
Perfect.
from 1998 is arrived. There we go. Nice. So you call out in that booming voice. Everybody stops and looks and sees Kasim, sees this some sort of invisible force throwing peppers into the air, and Michelle, Thon comes out with the cage, and you have that figure covered in dust. What is going on here? The Zungoon calls out.
I say, Zungoon, you had a fire recently, I believe.
Yes, we did.
And we found persimmon fruit in the wreckage by the fire. And
Go on.
Dynamo, you had some onions taken to your store that may not have been yours. We found some persimmon fruit, and I'll take a persimmon fruit and hold it aloft in like a demagogue way. You had persimmon fruit there. Now, who would stand to gain, a smaller stockholder perhaps, who would stand to gain from a fight between you two great houses?
They all look at
Maybe.
each other
If
confused.
you lost position.
They shrug
Yes.
their shoulders.
Yes, well, I can guess it could be these brothers here. Now, Kasim is rather sad because his brother is going to take a trip for a marriage, and he will be all alone. He may be looking for a way to keep his brother around, a profit-making endeavor, maybe one of your stores. And then I'll look at Kasim and see what he looks like.
Yeah, I'll drag Kasima over and like push him onto the ground in the middle of the like circle onto his knees, and then just stand there with my arms crossed over him.
They all look at the brothers. They look to Kasim and then to Vi. And Vi is just looking there so disappointed. And he goes, "Brother, you didn't have to do this to bring down others for our gain?" And Kasim is like, I wanted to make sure that the legacy of the Spicy Bros would be long-lasting. I thought we'd always be together, brother." And he's like, "Ugh. We've talked about this. We'll always be family." And Kasim is like, "I know, I wanted to make sure the Spicy Bros could grow. And if we could create some sort of empire, maybe you and your very beautiful wife from Neverwinter Gate would come here and..." And he like starts to cry and get into... He starts to bawl. And Dasha, you're still holding him?
I know, I pushed him down like to his
Oh,
knees
okay.
I'm
in
going
the
to
middle
move
of the
across.
circle.
I'm going to move across and comfort him and say in a syrupy voice, "Tell me, my boy, what are these creatures here that you've been using in this way?"
Did you say syrupy voice?
Syrupy, yeah. Yeah.
I need a persuasion check here.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I think he ggets advantage since he described his voice.
I would
as
say
syrupy.
yes. Call out your number.
21.
Oh, he lets it all out. It was me. I found these creatures. They were so lovely, and they could turn invisible. He's like, "Look!" And he goes and he pets the one on the table, and the petting behind the ears, the invisibility wears off. And I'm going to switch us off to the Roll20 screen. I think you probably can tell what these creatures are. I'm going to move us to the homepage of Radiant Citadel. Here we go.
Ooh.
This is the Din Sing Marketplace, and these creatures are called Winlings.
Aw.
So yeah, it's the cover art of the Radiant Citadel.
Wow.
So
It
this
was
is the
looking
shop
us
that you've
right
been in
in
the
the
whole time.
eyes.
What's that?
It was looking us right in the eyes from the very beginning, and we just didn't realize.
It was in
And-
disguise though, because the glasses. I couldn't tell.
And I will show you the actual cover art here because it's here.
Oh, and it's
let
holding
me-
the persimmons.
It's holding persimmons. Yes, not
Like
durian.
pomegranates.
Not durian like CJ had claimed it is. Here you go. Show to everybody here. This is just the full art, so you can see the entire art without there are doodles on it. So that's a Winling. They're little creatures that, when they want to be sneaky, they can be invisible and steal fruits and cause mischief. He says, "I was sold these 3 from a generous vendor who said he's traveled to the Feywild before. I thought perhaps they would be just the right creature to try to build this Spicy Bros empire, but I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it."
Stay honest, my friend. Cheating does not pay dividends.
He nods and he like hangs his head low. Vi comes over to comfort him and tell him he'll always be his brother. The Zangun and the Tianmo families look at each other, and the Mama Tianmo and Mama Zangun look at each other and they say, I don't care what your Aunt Millie did. Can I confess something? I respect the hell out of you. And they hug, and the gnome woman and the kobold woman share a small, tiny embrace.
How
Aw.
touching.
How sweet.
They will pay you your fair share. Together, they give you each 80 gold, so that would be 160 each. Tianmo says, I just went over the books, and I don't think we could do beef in all of the dishes. Is that all right, Josie?
I suppose chicken will suffice.
Thank you. And to each of you, anytime you're here in the Dinsing market, noodles are on us. And seafood from the Zangun family. They stand side by side, cross their arms in like badass mama pose.
Josie goes, I'll take some more noodles, if that's all right.
Yeah. Everyone, that is Salted Legacy, the second level adventure from Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. Everyone, thoughts before we sign off? What are your initial reactions here?
That was super fun.
I loved how roleplay heavy it was. That's my jam.
Well, actually, I think when I was talking to Jordan, he played in, well, we won't speak of it, but he played in another Radiant Citadel that didn't get aired.
Yeah.
He told you about that.
Yeah,
Story for another day. Nothing bad at all, just a mistake on my part. But when he came on and played with me, he was saying, you were looking to get in a game, and I was like, I got the perfect one. This one. I thought it would be awesome for you. And the rest of you, I'm glad that you were able to play. I know for us internally, we had these sign up sheet, right? And Michelle, John couldn't make it, so I'm glad we could have you fill in. And you did a great job. And Andrew, as always, it was good to see you again. And Dasha, of course, back on the channel. Thank you for playing. What any other thoughts, last minute things before we close out?
I enjoyed that even though it was all role playing, you had the games, which was an opportunity to roll some dice.
Yeah, it was so different from like the standard kind of format of D&D. So I loved that. Just different flavor.
I felt like it was very similar to Witchlight in terms of the whimsicalness, so I enjoyed doing that, but with a different sort of character, but one who's still obsessed with food. And Opal, it was really fun to play with you. I hope you come back on the channel sometime soon.
Thank you.
Always welcome back, yes. Absolutely. While we have you here, if you're all here, we'll put the links down in the description for... I actually did it already. I'm so good. I did it already. There's a link to Flutes Loot down in the description for Opal. I'll also probably post that somewhere in the comments, something like that. Michelle, I know it's been a minute since the Dungeons and Wellness crew has gotten together, but I did put a link down below to your channel, the correct one. So everybody, please, if you haven't checked out Michelle's channel, you should. How many episodes do you have there? 5 now? 6?
I think it's 5. I mean, it's been a minute. I've had to put it on the back burner because of greater life things nowadays, but we'll get back to it eventually. Exactly.
And it's really more than that many episodes because you have the Clarity episodes and everything. So check out both those channels down below. Andrew, as I've said for many other people on the channel, you can write him a postcard. We'll put his P.O. box down below. Nice little, visits from wherever you are in the world. Maybe you're from Neverwinter Baldur's Gate. Dasha, thank you again. We'll see you all on the tabletop, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Bye, good night.
Bye.